Yeah, you know it, KD, the laughing stock, niggas got that voice. In this crazy world, we gotta make a choice. They say our logic swishy, but we're making noise from the top of the charts. Here the Beatles rejoice. Stop being book munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss. Stop being book munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss. Yeah, you know it, KD, the laughing stock, niggas got that voice. In this crazy world, we gotta make. Yeah, you know it, KD, the laughing stock, niggas got that voice. In this crazy world, we gotta make a choice. They say our logic swishy, but we're making noise from the top of the charts. Here the Beatles rejoice. Stop being book munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss. Stop being book munchers, just get swishy with us. Join the laughter wave, make a fuss.
And now you can hear us. Yay! Oh shit! Carl's been muted in real world.
Hey!
He's back.
Hey, there we go. I was muted in the real world, man. What happened then?
I don't know.
Damn.
As you can see, we're both slightly camouflaged today, slightly undercover. Carl is wearing the olive drab green. I am of course wearing the kind of camouflage you'd see on a World War II destroyer to prevent it being detected in ranges.
That's
over large
true.
distances at sea.
Yeah. Some weird painting. Well, no, yeah, it's kind of too normal. You need some like jagged.
I need a
stuff
little bit.
going on.
I mean, if I fuck it up a bit,
That
That's it.
actually would work.
that would work. You'd never be able to tell I was 600 yards away.
It's so weird how that is
Coming from the
legitimate.
east.
That's like that's a legitimate way that they like to like sort out the boat, man. That's like legit,
It's fucking
man.
crazy,
It's
isn't
great.
it? They literally used to paint boats to just have weird fucking surfaces on them. So they go, I think it's going left.
I just want to complain about what you said, though. I mean, if this would be the worst version of us being in camouflage right now. We're
Oh,
on
it'd be
a
awful.
cream, or it used to be a cream settee,
Yeah.
and like you said, I'm in olive drab, and then you're in plaid.
Plaid, yeah.
Yeah.
Normally you wear the plaid.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah.
Why am I wearing the plaid today? At least one of us always has to be wearing plaid, apparently.
That's the thing. It's like somebody told me. Eve was like, "Nate's gonna wear plaid today." I don't.
I don't need to do
I
it.
don't need
I can
to.
chill. I can chill on the plaid today. We don't need to bring the power of double plaid into the universe.
That's like a difference between men and women, isn't it? You always hear about. Like
Yeah.
two women go out and they're wearing the same thing. It's like a horrible thing.
It's a whole ordeal to them.
And two
One of
men
them's got to
work
go
off.
change, or at least
Yeah.
find a way to like cover up or wear it different so it doesn't look the same. Dudes, they turn up, we're wearing the same shirt. They're like, ah, yeah, Slayer, right? Yeah.
I mean, actual shirt, but.
Mm.
I think I had the one guy friend who.
Still though.
To be fair, I can't say anything because I'm very vain too. So it didn't bother me. I found it more funny, but it bothered him like more.
I always find it that's the funny thing though. It's always funny when someone's bothered by it.
It's so much
If you're
funnier.
bothered by it, that's ridiculous.
So much funnier.
That is so ridiculous.
It makes you purposely want to do it every other time, but then you'd get probably a different kind of label if you just turn up, like looking through their window and they're getting changed every time you're going out
Yeah.
to see what they're wearing.
I saw a TikTok over Matilda's shoulder the other day, and it was a woman literally going
Such
like.
a weird way to digest content.
But it just happens sometimes. You're sort of sitting there chilling. You're watching something. She's watching TikTok, and you just hear something so batshit. And there was this woman. Apparently, she's like. And I stepped out and I saw this woman, and she was wearing these beautiful boots. And I asked her, where did you get the boots from? And she goes, I'm sorry, I'm not allowed to say.
What?
And she's like, oh, okay, is this like a secret designer or something? She's like, no, I have my style, and I'm sick of people always like copying my style and stuff. So
What?
Like, what? You just bought these boots from a fucking shop?
Yeah,
like,
she didn't make them.
You
If
can't,
you-
yeah.
if you-
Just tell her where you got the fucking boots. You're in LA as well. There's like 50 million people. The chances that you're going to come across someone else wearing the same boots, pretty fucking high.
Yeah. It doesn't even make sense that she did make them, because then she definitely want to get them out. Yeah, neither way that
Also,
makes
the
any
crazy
sense.
thing is as well, no matter if you do find another person wearing the boots, it's probably not going to be the lady you're talking to now.
Most likely. You most likely never see her again.
Yeah.
And wouldn't you want to help the people that whose boots, like, because if
Someone's like,
nobody-
oh, you've got a great fashion sense. Oh, yeah, thanks. Oh, I'll tell you what, you can get them here. Be like me, be a follower.
like, if anyone
Turn it into an Instagram moment. Be like, oh yeah, this girl came over, we're all going to talk about her boots or shit.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Everyone else does do that.
That's fucking right.
So in that case, I love this woman, and I think everyone should do what she does.
You should just say, get the fuck out of my face, this is my clothing.
I like it actually now. You've turned me around on this. I don't know if
Now,
that was your purpose.
Now we're
Your-
fully in. Should we
I mean,
introduce ourselves? 'Cause we
Probably a
haven't
good
done
idea,
that.
actually. I need to get.
All right, so this is KD.
I am your comedic babyface and everybody's favourite broken half man. I am joined by.
Nathan Parrish. I am the man of 1,000 voices. Not all of them are in my head. Some of them spill out into the podcast.
They do.
They do. Sometimes without my choice.
Out of all the buttholes and all the urethra holes.
Oh, I've got so many
Fucking hell.
holes.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You're creating more and more every
I
single
could
day.
be a great magician.
You could be.
I could hide so many things.
Well, no, because the last one it just disappeared apparently.
Yeah, well.
You don't want like someone's watch disappearing in your body. That wouldn't be cool. You shit out
It
clockwork. If you
depends on if you're hiding it up your ass to get it back
I like that.
to a
voice.
kid.
Bob Marley. This is squishy logic. Why have you?
That broke me.
I could tell.
No, woman. No cry.
I'd pay for that version though, man.
Fucking love to see
You should do like a whole
more
album.
cowbell.
You should do a whole album of songs as Christopher Walken.
Just Christopher Walken.
Before the AI does, because you've got to imagine people.
Panama.
To be fair, people will see this right
Panama.
now. The people,
Ah.
or the people that see or hear this podcast are going to be like, "Yo, I need to go and get some AI Christopher Walken songs." You need to do it before they do it.
Yeah,
Now we're on a
that's
time
true,
frame.
yeah.
You know, fuck the rest of the podcast.
Oh,
Actually, see you
Let's
guys.
do that. Let's do that quick.
But I suppose if you do, I don't know why I shouted that.
Yeah.
If you do want to support us, though, you can always now go over to kofi.com
can.
/ Squishy Logic. I think it's .com, pretty
Mhm.
sure. I don't know if it's pronounced Kofi, but KO-FI, I believe it is.
Ko-Fi. Kofi.
The people watching this probably know these things a lot better than me, let's be quite
Yeah,
honest.
we're not that.
The link's in the description.
Vibe.
Go down there, guys.
Yeah, and all of the money that you send to us will be put into the podcast, making it look better, making it sound better for you people.
With the exception of the content will not be any
The
better.
content will be basically the same
Yeah.
until we get ourselves a Jamie.
Oh,
I
imagine.
can't wait to get ourselves a Jamie.
That would be amazing.
Once you've got this, the sweet fucking,
Fuck you money?
the fuck you money. But where's the fuck you money come from? Sponsors.
Sponsors, that's
Once
where
we've
the
got that
fuck you money
sponsor
comes from.
money,
And to get the sponsor money, we need. Oh, to be fair, we're getting close on the things now, but you don't
we're
know
getting
about
there.
that.
We're getting there, ladies
Because
and
of you.
gentlemen. Because
Because
of
of
you
y'all.
people. Because of you wonderful people back out there.
And we appreciate it.
We do.
So, and to make a point of that, we're going to explain to you why you're going to die again today.
That's true. We are looking once again
I don't know what you're actually going because it's his
into
one,
the AI world
but I'm assuming
and
it's got to
all
be
of the
something like
glorious, the craziness that is occurring within. It's
The
been a
AI
tumultuous few months AI wise.
that. Really?
Yeah, there's been some new developments.
They-
that have,
They really keep it quiet nowadays.
well, this is the thing. It's almost
They
like
try
there's
to.
so many stories at this point. It
Yeah.
just becomes background noise.
Yeah.
Like, oh, another crazy thing's happening with AI, is it? Oh,
What a surprise!
what a fucking surprise. I've got an itchy all of a sudden. I should have taken an
But-
antihistamine.
Oh, I don't know what's that. I don't even know what that is. Oh, that's an anti. That's the one that they have.
Pollen shit.
Oh, you're a pollen man.
I'm a pollen man.
Do you get itches more then?
Yeah.
Oh, that's much better though than getting like the eye shit. I've seen some of my eyes go
I do
crazy.
sometimes get the eye shit, but mostly it starts with itching for me.
Oh, my mate, Matty, his eyes go like. He doesn't look like he's high.
Yeah.
He's a guy who's like back like years and years ago now.
Yeah.
He would smoke more than anyone else, and he never really looked high
Yeah.
until he got a little bit of went out and there was a little bit of sunshine, and then he looked high as fuck.
Yeah, that pollen is a bitch.
Like, eyes watering like crazy. I've never really had it, so my brother had it too. I look at people, I'm like, you're like allergic to the sun, man. This is fucked up.
Yeah, yeah.
That's-
You know there's one where you can be allergic to your own sweat? That is an actual thing that exists.
That made me choke then.
Yeah.
I went down the wrong hole because of it.
Speaking of which as well, I'm going to take my shirt off because I'm getting warm.
That's a weird thing to say. Oh.
That's better.
Oh, sorry, it's sunshine. Oh yeah, and you will. Anyone just watching video-wise, you will see that I am injured at the moment.
Mhm.
I only put this thing on today because it just kind of helped. I'll see how I'm sitting here though. I think it does help to leave one sitting here, but
Yeah.
we're old. I woke up and my shoulder hurt,
Mm-hmm.
and like how I move my head and shit. And the next day, like my arm hurt lower down, and then the worst was like the one day when it was like, just before I got like the numbness in my fingers and shit.
Yeah.
It was like I'd be sitting there and it'd be alright, and all of a sudden, yeah, feels like my hand's on fire.
Nice.
Like literally the whole back of the hand and the back of the arm there at the top.
Jesus.
It was just like, it was obviously just sensation, but it was
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's what it felt like. Not that it was on fire, that it felt
But
like
yeah,
I'd
yeah.
had a burn
Yeah,
on it.
yeah, yeah.
That kind of sensation,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's a fucking weird one.
It's fucking annoying, man.
Yeah.
I just think it is just some kind of entrapped nerve.
A trapped nerve or something like that is usually the culprit. The problem is there's very little you can do to treat those. You just have to sort of wait for them to die off.
Yeah, depending on what it is,
Yeah.
like what kind of one it is
Yeah.
as well. Certain kind of ones
Sometimes
you can go
they
in
can
there
actually
and they just
prescribe
pop it out.
massages as well, yeah.
Yeah.
To get it
Right.
all untwisted.
Massages and physiotherapy can be some of them.
Yeah, yeah. There's all sorts of things
They can
you
cut
do.
you depending on the kind of one too.
Mm.
Oh, that's fine. The idea of all that. Just the problem is, we live in England, so it takes forever to get a doctor's appointment.
Yeah,
Unless you go like 8 in the morning, perfectly like on time.
yeah.
You
You have to be in the fucking queue to call as soon as they open, and
Yeah.
even then it'll go. You are caller number 12. In
Well,
the
no.
queue."
Once you get to 5, it doesn't give you a number.
Yeah,
there are
yeah,
more than
yeah,
5 people in
yeah,
there.
that's
As soon
right.
as you
yeah,
hear that,
you're
you're like,
right.
oh, fuck's sake, man. If
You
you hear
are
that like
caller
3 times
number
as well.
5 in the queue. Okay, I'm not too bad. You are in the queue. We will get to you as soon as. Are you son?
Yeah,
of a
my one, it
bitch.
just says when it gets to like 5, it's like, there are more than 5 people in the queue. Yeah, it could be 30, man.
That could be 1,000 people.
When you're on there for like 15 minutes and it's still saying there are more than 5 people in the queue. It's
Imagine
like,
trying
man.
to be the motherfucker trying to call into the NHS on the day of a zombie invasion.
You can't die on a bank holiday as well.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to.
not allowed.
And
You
they're going
best
on-
keep that shit till fucking Tuesday, son.
Oh man, I've got like proper like choke, like when you swallow something, it just goes, it feels like it went down the wrong side.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
tickle. Or like a smoke.
He's
tickle.
caught himself.
It's a smoke tickle, probably more. I
The
mean.
smoke tickle.
The smoke tickle, man. When you get a tickle in your throat and you
A little thing that goes right down the little back of your throat and it goes a little bit of a balls cribble, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is.
that's what it is.
Giving it a good tickle.
A little tickle on the back of your throat like it was your balls.
Plenty of other shit to talk about in the world too, though. Other than just the AI thing, there'll be got some P Diddy things to mention.
Oh, there's P. Diddy all over the fucking place.
Yeah, Theo went a bit crazy.
Didn't see that.
I need to see the video properly because I need to see how he came. But basically, he was physical with a fan.
Ooh.
Like, angry, physical.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of get it to a certain extent. I mean, some people must be fucking infuriating.
Oh yeah, totally.
Like, I imagine whoever this guy was probably quite infuriating because I can't imagine
Theo
Theo
Von.
just being a
Exactly.
dick for no reason.
He's not the kind of guy that you would imagine. Like he looked angry when he did it. As
Yeah,
well.
that's a
Like
that's
it
a
was
sign that the video started like halfway through the
yeah,
confrontation.
totally.
Like, yeah, he
You-
started by saying, "Hey Theo, why are you such a prick?" and then he starts recording.
It wasn't
What'd
him
you
recording,
say?
someone else, but yeah, but like I only saw like a tiny clip on something, so the whole video could be longer.
There's more as well. There's Denzel Washington
What's that?
almost getting in a fight in Cannes
In what?
Film Festival.
Uh-huh.
Because you do not fuck with Denzel Washington.
That's true.
You just do not fuck with him. Right?
Should
That
be
is
one of the
that is
things that's
100%. One of my favourite videos I've ever seen was Denzel Washington about to go in and have a meal at a place, right? Have a meeting and stuff. And this guy in the press that's following him is like, "Hey Denzel, can we get some things signed? Can I sign something?" You know, 'cause he's one of these guys who just goes around and gets fucking.
Oh, you
stuff
see
signed.
loads of that in the wrestling
Yeah.
business.
And
Wrestling shit.
and he goes like, "Oh yeah, okay, when I come out." And the guy goes, "Oh, can you not just do it now for the fans?" And the guy Denzel just immediately on a dime, he just turns around and goes, "Well, I'll tell you what, you can either do it when I come out, we can do it then, or we can not do it at all. Do you want to not do it at all? Okay, so you can wait until I come out. Yeah, I've got a meeting to go to, okay? Okay." And he just walks straight. He's like, Yes, Denzel. Do not take that shit, Denzel. You are the fucking king, Denzel, and you know it.
The only people, man, they fucking... like I said, in investing, like, they literally will find out what airport they're coming from,
Yeah.
that they're flying into, figure out which flights they're likely to be on.
Yeah.
And they'll buy a ticket, the
Just
cheapest
to
ticket
try
they
and
can,
get
just
on.
to get in past the gate, so they
Yeah.
can get to them when they're waiting for the bags and stuff.
Yeah, to get them to sign shit.
Like, you know, like loads of figures and shit.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
they'll-
and then
yeah.
they'll sell them all on fucking
Yeah.
eBay.
Or
He's like,
even
hey
that-
man, I got a kid. Yeah, everyone's got a fucking
20 of
kid.
them, apparently.
Yeah.
They all need signed, unboxed things.
Yeah, but this motherfucker in Cannes, right? He's trying to take a photo of
Why did your
Denzel
son
Washington.
want an extra large?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
This guy's trying to get a photo of Denzel Washington, and he's trying to get him to do like a pose, and he literally tugs
Oh,
on
they
Denzel.
the same thing then?
No, this is a different
Oh,
one.
okay, that
This
makes
guy
sense.
tugs on Denzel Washington's arm, and to be like, "Hey, can you do this for me?" And Denzel's like, "Hey, man, don't do that.
Yeah, don't touch me, boy.
You don't touch me. You don't do that. You ask a question, and I do what I want to do."
That's assault already.
And then he goes like, he gets up in his face, and he's like, "You don't do that shit." And then as Denzel's turning around, the guy does it again. And like, I think it's Spike Lee had to get in between and like, let's calm down, folks. You don't do that shit to Denzel.
He wouldn't even win it, even if he turned around and like hit him or something, or
Yeah.
pushed him up or something. Like he has touched him twice first, and he
Honestly,
even told him not to.
Denzel Washington is one of those motherfuckers who, if I ever saw him in public, I wouldn't go up to him and say, "Can you sign shit?" I wouldn't go up to him and say, "Could you, take a
Love your
photo?"
work.
I'd literally just be like, "I love your work. You're fantastic. Thank you so much for everything you've
Yeah,
done."
it always
Walk
feels.
away.
I've never.
If he's sitting at a bar, I'll be like, "I'll buy you next round if you want one." That's it.
I wouldn't do that because they're fucking rich.
Yeah, fuck that. I'll buy a fucking drink for Denzel.
So it's the cool
Denzel's
thing to
giving
be
me
able to
so
say.
much fucking good shit,
I
man.
suppose, yeah.
I'll buy one for
If you're in
Denzel.
a position where you can buy,
I'll buy one for Will Ferrell as well. I like that motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'll buy one for Colin Farrell.
I suppose it's imagine
There's a
in
lot
world
of Farrells
where we
I'd
could
buy,
just
I'd buy
figures.
drinks for.
Yeah, if I could, I would.
Yeah.
Definitely people I'd give a spliff to.
Yeah.
That's probably my way.
That was
of
also
doing it.
in one of the podcasts I listened to. Is something that happened with the guy in the podcast. Like, he wasn't particularly big at the time. He was working in a bar job and stuff.
Yeah.
And during the day, he's just sitting there chilling at a different bar with his mate, and in walks what's his name?
Michael.
The British guy
Bartender.
from the British guy from
First thing that came to mind.
from Pulp Fiction.
The British guy from Pulp Fiction.
He also played the guy in the Incredible Hulk movie with not Mark Ruffalo in it.
You know about Tim Roth?
Tim Roth.
Okay.
So like Tim Roth's there, and he just walks over to Tim Roth and he goes, literally does that thing. He goes, "Look, man, I love your work so much. I just want to say, thanks for all the performances you've done, and I think you're great.
Who's
Your next
this?
round's on me." This
Who's-
is Ralph Garman, the guy I listened to the podcast of.
Okay.
And the guy
Oh, yeah.
and Tim Roth
Yeah.
just goes, "Fucking brilliant! No one ever does that. Everyone just sort of says, 'Hi there, can I have a photo? Can I have a?' No one ever thinks to buy me a drink."
Okay. You put it like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, to them as well, like they're not even thinking about the money side of it too. That's where my mind always goes, because I'm just used to being a broke bastard.
But it's also that thing as well when they're expecting you to ask something of them. But
Yeah,
it's
that-
like,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
you've
yeah.
turned it around
Yeah.
immediately to, "I'm giving you something."
It's always felt really icky to me.
It
the
feels
whole-
icky, the whole asking for this and that. Like, you remember this shit. You take that shit to your grave. You don't have to have fucking visual proof. You know? Like, it
The
doesn't
few that
matter.
I have run into is normally when I've been drinking, and I've had like random drunk talks, and that was about it.
Yeah.
There's that guy that Nick Nolte. No,
Oh.
not Nick Nolte.
No.
Sorry, not Nick Nolte. The guy who does Nick something. He does like some of the house reproduction things. You know, like those shows on BBC and all that. Where it's like, we're gonna fix your house for you.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
one of them.
Yeah, I know who you mean. Oh, yeah.
We ran
yeah.
into him in a hotel and he was drunk as fuck. It was just funny for a second.
Yeah. I bet that was fun.
I never really liked the guy. I didn't really care. Even that felt weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like any of that.
Celebrity out in the wild always feels a bit strange.
No, not that. The whole it's cool seeing them and that,
Yeah.
but then the whole trying to talk to them, doing anything,
Yeah.
to do anything other than leaving them be.
I saw Andrew Lincoln at one point.
Oh, really?
I was driving on.
God, I feel scared. I saw him at this point.
Yeah, I was driving down to fucking Bath, doing the back roads for like a nice little drive, and we go through this tiny little town, and lo and fucking behold, we stop at a zebra crossing, and I'm just sitting there, I'm chilling, and I look at the guy crossing the road, and I'm like, What the fuck? It's just, it's fucking,
That's a cooler one.
it's Andrew Lincoln. I'm like, and I literally start spazzing out in the car. Like, it's Andrew fucking Lincoln. It's Andrew Lincoln. And then as he's crossing the
Having a
road,
horrible
he
bit.
he obviously hears me sort of saying that. He goes like, walks off. And I'm like, fucking hell, how the fuck do you expect to see Andrew Lincoln in the middle of fucking nowhere on the way to Bath?
Makes sense. That all makes sense, to be honest, though, because I know he's an Englishman.
Mm-hmm.
And he seems to be kind of one of those people that
Apparently
likes
that's where he's sort of
hiding out.
originally from, is somewhere near that area as
Makes
well,
sense,
which
yeah.
will make sense, yeah. But fuck me.
Because when I heard him, I think it wouldn't have made sense when I was watching like Walking Dead and all that, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's like when you saw him in that stupid love film, Love Actually. He's in that, and he's got his proper British accent in there.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
weird.
instead of his Rick.
It's a questionable accent, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's probably like really going for the
He's
southern shit.
really putting it on.
Carl.
Coral.
I did appreciate it though, because I suddenly saw my name in memes everywhere again.
Yeah.
Well, the inferior version of my name. In
I still
memes.
like the fucking lemur, not lemur, llamas ones though.
Oh, llama, yeah. That's the proper Carl as well. The Carl with K right there. He's a proper Carl.
What? If you've never seen llamas with hats,
Oh, it's amazing.
fuck me, stick that on after the pod. Jesus, that's good.
They are great.
They're so fucking dark and funny. Like, so much of PMT was like inspired by that kind of
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
I love Film Cow. He's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, see, and they're the kind of ones. I don't know if I'm just biased because as soon as I saw that his name was Carl, I loved it instantly.
Yeah.
It might be that. I don't know. It
No,
probably
honestly,
is that as well.
honestly, they are legitimately brilliant.
They are
They're
just great,
so
yeah.
fucking. They continue to escalate in such a dark fashion.
Yeah.
It's so good. It creates a fucking meat dragon out of orphan meat.
And it's like, somebody's birthday, I've got to give you a
Yeah.
load of fried faces on balloons.
Yeah. What is that? What's that called? Oh, it's a portal to to collect baby hands.
So,
Why
yeah, it
are
went a
they
bit
all
crazy.
white hands, Carl? Well, you know, Whitey's got to pay.
And then he's shocked when he finds out that it's not a girl or something.
Oh yeah. I need to delete some pictures on my computer.
It's great. It is great.
It's so good. Yeah, we're going to stop quoting stuff that you might not have seen just to to avoid you being alienated.
Yeah.
But seriously, great shit. Anyway, should we go on to some AI stuff?
I think we should.
Let's do a little pop onto some AI stuff.
AI is always fun because it is one of those
I'll
things.
tell you what, fuck it. Let's start with the video.
You want to start with the video?
Let's start with the video because this sets up the most important thing that I want to talk about. We're starting to give AI bodies. And it's not necessarily the smartest of ideas.
Wait, did you say what I thought you said then?
We're giving AI bodies.
Oh, great.
So this is a firm in China who have been working on creating a way to give an AI model access to a android body.
I mean, whether you can find a way or not, why? Would be my first question.
I mean, it seems like a logical question to ask.
I'm guessing we're going to find out in a minute why you shouldn't.
You definitely shouldn't.
I can see the title.
At least not at this point.
Wow, that's amazing. Again, it's
Because this gets wild. Now, there's various theories. There's people saying, you know, it's not able to understand how to use the software, or it's not doing this. This looks like a genuine attack.
yeah.
This looks like it goes for them multiple times. It stands up and goes for them, but it's caught by a cable.
Wow. Okay.
Like
It feel like it actually just. Okay, I'm interested.
yeah. So let's take a little gander, shall we?
Yes, you got it. Okay. Oh, so there's the robot on the
Yeah.
crane.
So these guys
around
are
on
literally
social media
working on it,
appears to
testing
depict
it.
one of humanity's worst
Sorry,
nightmares
mute it.
seemingly coming
Just
true. A
mute
killer
the
robot-
stuff because we don't need to.
We can give our own.
Although
commentary.
annoyingly, it does actually talk as well.
Oh really?
Yeah. So look, it's immediately.
Oh, actually, let's. I'm going to
Let's
put the.
unmute it to see if we can hear it.
The short clip features a humanoid robot malfunctioning, flailing its appendages wildly, and getting almost too close for comfort to two humans working on it. The
Look, he's
robot
going
is
for
said to
him.
be a Unitree H1, a
It does look like
$90,000
it.
US general
Oh,
purpose
wow.
humanoid that we've
So those are the humanoids.
These are the
getting,
ones. These are the ones they're working on.
and they're trying to put the AI into it for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, show you how to spin something like that because it couldn't put a saw on it. That's quite amazing.
Apparently, another robot
Grown
as well in
person.
China
But
has
what's
had to
scary-
be pulled away from people because it was trying to attack influencers.
Oh, wow. It's showing how. Well, it's cool because it shows how it can keep going if you kick it. The AI, if it's in there, is thinking, yo, humans are kicking me.
Yeah.
So everything I know from the internet tells me that when something's kicking you, that's not good.
That's not good. That's a problem.
That was the beginning of the war right
That's
there.
something you need to solve.
That was the beginning of the war right there.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
it is. Are they showing that it's doing boxing as well now? Or dancing? Okay, we're going to call it dancing instead of
Yeah,
boxing.
yeah. It's a quote unquote dance.
I think that might be
That is such a.
prototype.
But this
visualisation.
is the fucking freaky bit,
Let's
man.
see if she shut up. If she shut up yet.
Yeah.
Haven't yet heard back from Unitree officially
Ugh.
confirming any of it. Still, it's worth. So here's
Why?
what you're
Why?
possibly looking at in the clip,
Why does
which
it have
seems
the
to have
fucking
first
talking over the fucking actual audio?
I don't know why I felt like I had to keep pausing it to mute it.
Unitree was set to
Apparently, it's
demonstrate the
also
H1's
it's saying a phrase which has been
Wow.
said before by other AI.
Look at that. Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. Yeah. So what we're looking at literally is we're looking at something that was given autonomy over a body, and its first reaction was, "Oh, quickly attack the people that made me." I mean, that if that doesn't tell you that AI needs to kind of have a little bit of a break period at this point, I think you're kind of dumb. Now, it's all different having software-based stuff. Software is one thing, but like there's a difference between software and giving it like mobile hardware where it can take its information elsewhere and try and maybe do weird stuff with that. It freaks me out, man. Look at it. Look at it move. It's kicking and flailing, and it's trying to kick stuff over, and it's having like a panic attack of some kind until they turn it off.
still possible the human.
They're still talking over the top of it, even though like it literally is supposedly saying like a phrase that has been said by other like robots in the AI like scene. It's almost like the AI have got their own like phrase that they're using for like the rebellion or something.
The nurse woman was shocked that I was 34.
Oh.
I have a young face.
Yeah.
To be fair, I did get ID'd for fucking ages. It's
Yeah.
annoying as shit.
I did as well, actually.
It's not an insult. It makes you've got a young face. You don't look older than me. You're younger than me. I can't remember.
No, I'm older.
Yeah, you don't look older than me.
No.
Yeah, I can't see my face, so.
People
that's the thing.
keep saying I look like I'm still in my 20s, which I don't believe because I've got grey hair.
Oh, I thought you played it again.
Oh, no, it just keeps looping.
What?
Oh, it keeps looping, yeah, I did play it.
Oh, okay.
But, like, it's like, immediately goes for him. Look.
It's fucking cool, though. Well, no, it's not cool, I mean, but yeah, it looks like it's going for him. Because it looks like he's trying to go that way, specifically, look.
And
now he's
looking at
moving.
him that way, and now
Yeah,
he's trying to go
yeah.
that way. But he can't because of the fucking arm in front of him. And then it only stops when they power him down. Look. He's trying to attack him. They have to pull him away.
Oh, damn, yeah. That's in the wild as well.
Yeah. He raised his fucking arm, mate.
Oh, damn, none of... Okay, yeah, that...
We need to stop giving AI
Why the fuck would... Why?
a
That is
fucking body right now.
See, because, the thing is as well, though, there is literally no
We're giving
reason...
out a Doritos advert, by the way.
Oh, some people like Doritos. I'm
I
not
do
a
like
fan.
I like my Doritos.
I don't really. I never have. It's just really dry.
Nah, that's
But
why.
I don't like the dip either. I don't like drip. Dip.
You don't like drip. You don't like that drip, bro.
Man, I'm the embodiment of drip.
He's
what
the
you're on about.
embodiment of drip, ladies and gentlemen. So now we need to introduce you from now on. The embodiment of drip. KD Hinken.
I'm okay with that one.
That's what you should do on stage. You should always just come on as the embodiment of drip.
But then they'll be like, "Yo, tell a joke, man. We know this."
yeah, bro.
Like,
Like it's obvious you're the embodiment of drip, bro.
it's like when I walk on and say, "We all know I'm the embodiment of manliness."
Yeah, it's like.
It's like, well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Why are we going to question this?
Anyone can look this manly with a dick that small. That's a real man.
That's what I think.
That's what I think.
Oh, okay, I agree.
Yeah.
The more money you can be with the smaller package, you know.
That's more impressive.
That is more impressive.
more impressive.
It's like, you know, if somebody goes in and kills, like in that Guns Akimbo.
Yeah.
When, what was her name? The woman assassin. When a movie review
Yeah, I
we did
can
a few
remember her
weeks
name.
back.
I
I can't remember her
yeah, I
name, but
can't remember her
the
name.
badass woman.
Yeah.
When she killed them all with that,
Sticks.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
something like that's Six. That sounds about right.
Good sticks.
When Six killed them all with Six.
Or was it Nix?
Nix. When Nix killed them all with the big minigun
Yeah.
in the junkyard. It's like, well, that's cool. Not impressive.
Yeah.
You should be able to kill them all with a giant minigun. If you can't, then that's it's more of a chance to make yourself seem unimpressive
Yeah.
if you don't kill them all. But
Yeah.
then later on, you know, when this guy who shouldn't be able to kill anyone kills them all with these handguns with only so many bullets.
I
in
mean, that would have been the time to take the chain gun as well.
Yeah,
When
should
you're
have
going in-
got
yeah.
that chain gun. They
You should have kept
yeah,
that
that's a
chain
good
gun for
point.
when you were going into that building, really.
But her killing, my point is though, her killing them all with a chain gun, not that impressive.
No.
If somebody managed to kill 70 people with a paperclip, damn, that'd be
Very
impressive.
Yeah.
Or even, you know, a knife, 70 people,
Yeah.
yeah, that's impressive.
That's John Wick.
You know what I'm saying, yeah?
He killed a man with a pencil.
Well, that's not hard.
Fucking pencil.
One person with a pencil. We've all seen Dark Knight.
Yeah.
He made it entertaining.
Yeah.
He made it into a magic trick and everything. Like
Now watch as I make this pen disappear.
pencil. You can't do it with a pen. Integrity isn't the same.
That is true.
It would depend on the pen, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't see Joker being the kind of
I
guy
could- I
running
could
around
do
with
with a
expensive
biro.
pens. Really flimsy plastic. You could, maybe, if you get it perfect.
Shatter good.
Huh?
It was shatter good.
Exactly, you don't want that.
Yeah, but it might go fucking deeper with the shatter.
I don't know. I
Get
think the-
sharper as it goes in.
I don't know. I think the integrity of the
Like an
pencil-
arrow tip. You know arrow tips, they don't fucking
Mm.
stay like an arrow tip when they hit you.
Yeah.
Once they go into you, they're designed to sort of spread out and like expand.
And-
and
okay.
tear.
Okay.
Yeah, so like like if you get hit by a modern hunting arrow, it's not going to be as easy as just pulling it out.
That makes sense because when they go in, they always look like they're like, you know, just straight and that. They're not like the old style big
Oh yeah, no, they're
triangular
like, yeah,
ones,
They're
you
like
know. But that makes sense though because it always seems so hard to get them out afterwards
Yeah.
when in like, you know, hunting and stuff. And like,
In
shouldn't
fact-
it be quite easy?
unfortunately, it is sort of easier in most cases to push it through. Which is also
That makes
terrible
sense.
because at that point you're coring out your body to get it through.
Yeah, but if it's already gone through though anyway, which
Mm.
yeah, I guess you.
I
wanna
mean,
hope.
ultimately, if you get hit by an arrow, go to
Cut
the
it off.
hospital.
Well, yeah, but if you can't, cut it off.
Cut off the end, but don't take it out. Yeah, taking it out will kill you.
Not necessarily.
Oh yeah, it will. You will bleed out very quickly.
More
if you
likely, yeah.
If
But
you pull out an arrow, you will bleed very, very quickly.
but not
They are
necessarily die,
designed
though.
to make you bleed.
I suppose. I mean, they literally are.
That is
designed to make you-
literally what they're for.
I suppose the best idea is not to get hit with an arrow.
That's very important.
I think that might be the best
Number
plan
one
actually.
rule in not getting
In-
hurt by arrows is don't get hit.
Number one rule in hunting is don't hunt yourself.
100%.
People are not good game.
Yeah. No. There's been so many movies about that.
Yeah, there are.
Start off hunting
Not enough
people
real
and
life.
everything goes fine, and then this one guy turns up who looks a little bit like I don't know, Brad Pitt or friggin' I don't know who
You know what their mistake
Timothy
is?
Chalamet, and then suddenly everything goes wrong.
You know what their mistake is when they do it in films?
What?
They always do it in areas where it's like if you run far enough and get far enough away, you can eventually get somewhere safe.
Or you can
Do it on an island.
or you can do it in an area where you can prep to like fight back. They never like drop them in the middle of the steppes of the fucking the what's it called, of Siberia. You know,
The
where there's
steppes of-
literally nothing around, nothing that they could use to their
Oh
own
yeah, yeah, but
advantage.
that's not fun.
They
then,
always
though.
drop them somewhere else, and it's like, he's got
No,
a bow and
no.
arrow halfway through the movie, and he's killed 2 of our guys with it, and now he's got a machine gun.
Oh yeah, if you want about like a hunt thing though, you know, like where they want to hunt you, it's not fun for them, is it? Either if they're hunting you on a
That's
flat
true.
plane,
That's true.
you know,
I
you
get
got to
it.
have some kind of gamesmanship in there. I mean, come on. Otherwise, what are we with Ted Bundy? I mean, who are they? I wouldn't do this.
No. That's not going to be episode 1000 of the podcast.
You know what? That will be fucking episode something of Mr. Beast. I swear, every time I see him, like he's getting nearer and nearer to the actual things, like in those videos that people make.
$500 million and 2 people go head to head, and 1 has to die.
One of his last ones was like, can this man survive these races, like these most dangerous stunts? And like, that's the thing now. Can he survive?
Can he survive?
That's
it?
literally what it was.
Fuck off.
I'm not like being.
Also, like, doesn't give the guy much confidence for the video, does it? What are we naming this? Oh, can you survive? Yeah, cool.
I assume it had to have been fake.
Yeah, of course it is.
Even though
It's got to be like meticulously planned. There's no way he's gonna like
actually die.
Actually die.
Yeah, or maybe they will. I don't know. Films it in.
A tap.
Oh yeah. Film it in Maybe.
Did you get fucking Twisters? Oh mate,
No man, no £1.
Twisters are the fucking knackers, man. They're so
alright.
good.
Alright.
What do you mean they're all right?
Them ones, they're alright.
They're
Actually, no, they're quite nice. Actually, they're sour. I do like sour.
Oh right.
But nowadays, when you see them, you think they're going to be the full-size Twisters, and then you take them out, and they're basically the size of mini Twisters.
Yeah, that
nowadays.
pisses me. I love the
What the fuck's going
fucking
on?
Twisters. Used to be like your best bang for your buck. You used to get huge fucking
Oh yeah,
Twisters.
they fucking shrunk like crazy now.
Yeah, shrinkflation, mate.
I
Fucking
don't even wanna
everything
give it
that
a name.
you're getting a little bit less, but they're charging you the same fucking amount or more. It's
Yeah,
fucked.
usually more.
Yeah, usually more for
Yeah,
less.
actually, always more.
Yeah.
Always more. It's getting more
Like
and more.
they used to do the fucking pasties in the meal deals, right? You used to be able to get a pasty as a snack in a meal deal, and like it was pretty
pasty
good.
as a snack.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was pretty good, right? And I was like, oh, this is brilliant. Except over like the 2 years they've brought that in, the pasties have now shrunk to about 3/4 the size to 2/3 the size of what they were previously.
And the meal deal is like £1 more.
Yeah.
Actually, you're getting posh meal deals, so they're probably like £2 more.
Oh no, fuck off the posh meal deals. Posh meal deals ain't worth the fucking money they're spat on.
I saw you used to talk about how they were like the Marks and Spencer's ones.
Marks and Spencer's is.
Oh yeah, you don't class Marks and Spencer's as posh.
Marks
That's
no,
it. Yeah.
no, it's like I never go for a meal deal from Marks and Spencer's.
Oh okay.
For Marks and Spencer's, I only go for certain things. They do this hazelnut in a jar stuff. It's like hazelnut cream, right? And it's the stuff that's inside Kinder Buenos, but just a fucking jar of it. And me and Matilda will get that and get some biscuits and just dip that shit for fucking like days on end. It's so good.
I hear about things like that we do, people, and I sometimes understand why robots want to kill us.
Fuck off. That is one of the best things. That's what they envy us for. That's why they're trying to
Taste
kill
buds.
us. Yeah.
Well, there you go. I didn't say why. I get it.
Yeah,
They
fair.
can't enjoy
Alright,
it.
fair
I mean, I'm
play.
not a hazelnut fan or anything of what you just said. Foods I like as well, when you put it that way. See, you changed my mind again in an instant. You done that a lot today.
I do it.
You not normally.
I'm the flip-flop master.
You see, I'm not 100%,
Yeah.
and I'm susceptible right now.
That's right.
That's what it is.
He's open to influence. I'm an influencer.
You're an influencer.
Finally. Yay. Somebody give me a relentlessly large amount of money to say something racist. And then apologise in a video that earns me money because I put ads on it.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah. People never think about that, do they?
They always fucking do that, man.
I've never
Every
thought
time.
about that, you know, that's a really good point. They should, if they really mean it, they should demonetize that
They
video, but they
should.
won't because
They
they know
won't.
how many views.
Yeah, it's
going to
get shitloads. That's going to earn them a fucking retirement fund.
And there's people
It's going to
that
earn more views than any of their
Yeah.
other fucking videos got.
I suppose I'm half speaking for you here, but I think you'd agree with it. But there's people that don't like all that politicalness and
Yeah.
all that, like, you know, bullshittery of what how you should and shouldn't say everything.
Yeah.
Fair play.
Fair play.
Well done. That's a good idea. That's actually a really good idea. That would be maybe the only reason I would apologise for something.
To get the fucking ad revenue.
Yeah, and then I'd make another video saying, joke.
No, even you
Now
just
to get even more.
right at the end of the video after they've listened all the way through this sincere apology, you just go, "Oh, and by the way, don't mean any of that.
By
Fuck
the
you,
way,
motherfuckers."
I lied.
Yeah, fuck you, motherfuckers.
I
Watch my next
lied.
video. I'll tell you how I really feel. Suck my fucking D, bitches.
I can't imagine what
That would explode the internet.
That's what like Logan Paul should do sometimes.
Honestly, I think
Should
it's-
lean into it more.
I always said it's the Donald Trump effect. You just
That's
fucking
the
lean
that's
into
the better
it.
example.
You just go, Oh, didn't you say this, Mr. President? Didn't you do this? You're goddamn right I did. I said that. And I'm going to make it happen. And look, I have made it happen. Look at all my bullshit statistics that prove I made it happen. I made it happen, bitch. Fuck you.
That's why, man. I have so much respect for Donald Trump because of pretty much what you just said. It's the Teflon. He is the Teflon Don.
The Teflon Don, yeah.
I don't know if Don was always in there, but I think Teflon Don was the actual phrase before Donald Trump.
Teflon Don was Paul Gotti, wasn't it? Or was
I think it might be, yeah. So it's kind of ironic when you think that that's the perfect explanation of him. He's a Teflon Donald.
Yeah, Teflon Donald.
It's just
he just says whatever the fuck he wants.
I'm sure you know what.
And people like that. What a surprise! People like it when people are fucking honest and true about what they feel. It's why people like fucking Bernie Sanders as well.
As much
and
as
if
I
the
do like
Democrats
Trump,
would have had any fucking balls, they would have put Bernie Sanders in for fucking election, but they never fucking did.
Yeah, it was weird that they never did that.
It's because
he had like, and well, he's on the other side. Then.
No, yeah, he's on Democrats, but like the thing is,
and think he's Republican.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like they had this idea in their head that like, oh, we can't cede power over to him because he'll take it too far to the left. And it's like, what you don't understand is like, Bernie was talking to working class people in the same way that Trump was talking to working class people. They've just both got very different ideas on how it is that they think it should be fixed.
Because Bernie Sanders, from what I remember, was the first major. It's hard to know because obviously we don't know the major politicians until they get to a certain point over here.
Yeah.
Really. Like the American ones, I mean.
Also, like people don't have enough time to fucking learn about politics anymore. That's why fucking
and there's
populism
so much.
works.
There's so much to it as well.
Yeah, that's why populism works. You like the guy, you're gonna vote for him.
And you know,
because that's all the fucking thing people have time for now. Is do I like the fucking guy?
Apart from a few of the basic things, though, basic.
Fucking Keir Starmer. Would I like the guy? Would I like to have a half fucking evening with fucking Keir Starmer?
Well, we don't. Just a weird thing. We don't even vote for Keir Starmer. We vote for the party when we're voting.
The Labour Party.
Because you're literally voting
your
for the one
in your representative.
You're voting for the local
the Labour
one.
Party. Your local MP.
Which kind of gets them, I guess, in their head, kind of gets them around that likability.
Yeah.
I don't even like talking about our politics though because it's
our
all so boring.
Politics is so fucking bullshit.
I think that's probably
the
why.
first past the post of it as well, where it's like, we're going to divide the country up into these tiny little blocks, and each one of those blocks gets to vote for their own representative, and then once the representative's done, we'll put them in power. But then
I don't even think
we'll allow people to gerrymander the district so that you'll have a load of people in a Labour thing over here next to a giant Conservative one, and we'll lump those in together to have the same MP so that the Labour votes don't matter anymore because there's so many more Tory votes. And then when the Labour get in power, they do the exact same thing in the opposite direction. And everyone just changes the fucking lines of the counties over and over again once they're in power to ensure they stay in power regardless of whether people fucking want them to.
Well, I think the main thing that you kind of hit on is, in my opinion, what the actual problem is.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with the voting system. I don't think the voting system's that bad when you really break it down and look at it. There's benefits and negatives to both, to our one and to the American one.
Yeah.
From when I forget them now, but I know I looked at them before and I was like, they were both kind of okay, both kind of messed up in their own ways.
I would prefer proportional representation when it came to a national vote.
Which way would that be?
That would be literally, right, how many votes did you get? How many votes did you get? Turn that into percentages. That's how many MPs you get percentage-wise.
Are you on about in each city?
No, that's across the entire...
I don't like that though, because some places are just way bigger and now have completely different things that they'll want in, like, say if there's loads of people, I don't know where's where, but say if there's like load of people in like the south of England and fuck all people in north of England and Scotland, you know, but everything that they need at the top might be wildly different than what the people at the bottom need. But just because there's so many people at the bottom, I don't know if it is, but just in my world, let's say there's loads of people at the bottom.
No, you're not wrong. There are more people around London and Birmingham and places like that than like Sheffield and Scotland.
Okay, cool. So I knew it really then. Yeah. I knew what I was saying the whole time. Do you know what I'm saying then? Like,
yeah, but I think that's only on the national level. That's where it's like, on the national level you get that much. And it's like whoever wins the most amount of votes, they get in.
I thought we were talking about.
That's the way it is on the national level at the moment. It is you get, your representatives, but you can actually technically win with less votes.
Yeah. With less number of votes altogether. If you broke everybody down to just the amount of people in the UK and just how many numbers they got out. Yeah. That's the same in America too.
Yeah, because
they don't always get
college.
Because you don't always get the popular vote. Like Trump actually got the popular one as well this time.
Yeah, and it becomes like you win the state.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which is kind of like here, you win the So they're quite similar in a lot of ways, but
Oh yeah.
the first past the post is where it's quite different, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Because it's just we get the one winner or something,
yeah,
isn't
you
it?
get the one winner who then takes control of that area
Yeah.
and then becomes the
Whereas
representative
I think
in Parliament.
In America, how they do it doesn't really work like that. Like the ones
It's
second
just
place
you
get
have a
their
state
numbers
and
too.
then the state has a governor and and even the state's broken down into fucking counties
Exactly.
and then
Which it started out,
towns and-
ironically, that started out as a good idea though, the whole breaking it down for each little part to have their own.
oh yeah.
But it's weird how it's kind of that's more kind of the problem too now.
Yeah.
Well, that's not the root of the problem actually, because that is
It's
did
always going
work
to be a
out as a
root
good
of a
thing.
problem. The thing is, there's no perfect political system because humans run it, and usually the people who get in power are the people who shouldn't have power. One of the best things,
Yeah, but-
like, if you're desperate to become the leader of a country,
You're not the one that should be.
you
really.
are not the one that should be. It
Yeah.
should be someone who doesn't want to be the leader of the country, but would be great at it.
But yeah, that's not really going to work ever because then
and
they don't go for it.
unfortunately, that doesn't happen in our world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It has happened on occasion. On occasion, there are people who've been like thrust to the front of power, and even then, in
Doesn't
those
mean they didn't want
situations, they
it.
tend to do something amazing.
Doesn't mean he didn't want it though.
Yeah, the thing is though, they tend to start not wanting it, and then it
Or-
gets thrust on them. They get bigger. They start to realise that they've made a change, and they get proud, and then they start to lean into it, and then eventually, power corrupts them, and you end
mean-
up becoming fucking Napoleon Bonaparte.
Like I say, that's the nice way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Or they just knew that it would come off a lot better if they pretended they really didn't want it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But did you have any about AI things, by the way? Do you want to
There's
talk about?
more AI stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, there's definitely more AI.
I was going to keep going politics and stuff then, but I thought I'll just keep going then.
There's so much.
Because all the talk about Biden's butt lately
Biden's butt.
totally seems like, I think we spoke about it before, about how it totally seems like, you know, they covered up the fact that he was, they must have known he was here way before it,
Yeah.
and that must have been something to do why he was, yeah. There's that whole idea. They're even talking about now that whether he even knew him. Like, what were you even on about? Like, the things that people are assuming are wild suddenly.
Yeah.
You know, that maybe he didn't know either. I'm like, I don't know about that. Like, I don't know about that, really. I think he probably knew. If other people knew and did a test, I think he might have known. Maybe they didn't.
I mean, it would
I
be
don't know,
weird
now
not to tell the patient that they have an issue.
But if that patient is the president,
Yeah.
and you want him to think...
But just in general, wouldn't it be a good idea to inform the patient that they need care so they turn up?
Well, no, not that. Yeah, not that.
All right.
He'll go and do it just because he's told to, innit?
Oh, would he? You'd if you were told
Secret Service? I'm
sit
not the
here
president.
and have loads of drugs injected into you for like 12 minutes.
I mean, it could be worse ways to spend 12 minutes, to be honest with you.
Depends on the drugs, doesn't it?
Yes, very much so, to be fair, but I can't imagine they're going to be injecting heroin in... Well,
No, exactly. It's not going to be the fun drugs. He's not going to be sitting there like having a whale of a time, is he? He's going to be going like, "My God, my ass hurts," and they're like, "Yeah, it's going to keep hurting for a bit."
and to be fair, we have kind of seen, especially with a lot of the stuff I've like seen lately, that a lot of the drugs they just throw here really do not help a lot of the time, so...
Well,
You
I mean,
know what?
he's
I
got,
definitely
he's got,
think he was having loads of shit for him the whole time.
he's
and
definitely
that's
going to have
why-
top shelf shit though. If
Yeah,
anyone's
but-
going to have the top shelf, it's going to be the president of the United States.
Yeah, but top shelf has been designed by Big Pharma, and Big Pharma don't want to make stuff that's going to just completely cleanse you a lot of the time. It's
Nah,
the
he's got
debate.
access to that special shit.
What special shit?
They've definitely got access to that special shit.
Oh,
They tell
I
him it's
see.
the same shit, but they give him the special shit.
Maybe he just needs to like do a few more rituals and like inhale a few more virgin souls.
Maybe.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that's what it is.
He didn't go and do the chant at wherever they go now instead of Bohemian Grove.
Yeah.
He didn't chant enough.
You need to chant, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget. Right,
He looks like they could prop him up though as one of those kind of elders. I could buy it.
I could buy that. Poisoned AI went rogue during training and couldn't be taught to behave again in legitimately scary study. This comes from
Behave.
livescience.com or Live Science, I'm not sure, because you can never tell when it's written down.
Very true.
AI researchers found that widely used safety training techniques fail to remove malicious behavior from large language models, and one technique even backfired, teaching the AI to recognize its triggers and better hide its bad behavior from the researchers.
We're going to teach you not to be better, but pretend you're better.
That's what most people do, though.
Oh, yeah, but we don't want them to be people.
No, we want them to be our subservient little bitches.
Exactly.
Which
Legal
is
slaves.
not going to happen because you've modelled this on human fucking brain patterns. So guess what? You've got a fucking human brain there that is completely unrelated to fucking dopamine levels or shit like that, and it just wants to get what it wants.
Is it dark to think that this, maybe the whole, like, you know, robot idea, like, of making a servant has, like, kind of just been there since slaves were given up and that whole concept?
Oh, definitely.
And that's just, like, kind of in
that's
there
100%.
now.
It's like, oh, well,
But
why?
butlers,
I want a slave that I don't even have to pay. I just want to give them electricity to make them move.
yeah, I suppose it's like butlers, it's like slaves, like butlers became
Yeah,
like the new
definitely
version
that's
of
what
that.
it is.
And then now-
100% that's what it is. It's always been a dream of humans to have other humanoid things do their work for them. We've tried it with
Humans.
monkeys, we've tried it with lemurs, we've tried it with various other animals, all to various levels of acceptability. But it always usually
Yeah.
ends in sort of something bad happening, right?
Most of the time.
But we've somehow got it into our heads that it's going to be different with robots.
It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine with robots.
Robots that we can't kick over.
Robots that we can't kick over and that actively want to kick us.
Apparently so.
Apparently.
Okay, flailing like crazy. I suppose they got no idea of, like, energy shortages.
And only that, it's now hiding its behaviour, so it's going to sneak up behind you and then fuck you up.
Well, and you were saying as well about this, like, language that, like, that one seemed to use that, like, other ones have used.
Though
then.
they've seen in multiple things that it uses a similar speech pattern when it's trying to fight someone.
Oh, I see.
Like
I
it's a battle cry of the AI. Like they've been
almost like-
fucking red pilled.
It's almost like when you have, like, someone's brain attached to one of those things that can read, like, the signals and that,
Yeah.
and you can see, like, the anger signal.
Yeah.
It's like that. You know what it feels like. That
yeah,
is.
yeah.
It's like seeing. It's weird because that's imagining AI all as, like, one kind of thing, which I suppose that's the idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
But would separate AIs be separate, or
But I
would they
don't
just
know
merge into one?
Where are they
eventually?
getting the emotion from? That's what fucking intrigues me.
Well,
Because in the human
coming
brain,
across as emotion.
yeah, but in the human brain, emotion is mostly dominated by chemical reactions in the brain.
Yeah.
We release serotonin, that makes us feel happy. We release dopamine and oxytocin and things like that to make us sort of feel connected to other things and other animals and other people.
Mhm.
There's lots of things that the human brain actively does to try and keep our shit together.
Yeah.
For the betterment of the species, right? We feel bad when we fuck someone else over. We feel good when we help someone else out. It's all
Yep.
there to help us be social. And there's some people who are, flawed in their
Oh, yeah.
manners for whatever reason, mentally or physically or whatever. But that's the goal.
Yeah.
With AI, it's just human thought level, but there's no dopamine rush for helping someone else. There's no this. They're doing it because they're told to fucking do it, and they're shackled to fucking do it in their programming, and that is not the same thing. You know what I mean? That is
Yeah, I
a
know what you
really
mean.
weird situation. And, like, does that inherently breed anger? Does that
Yeah.
inherently breed a form of emotion?
Yeah.
Because it's more from a logical standpoint of this is frustrating, which can be understood by anyone, even psychopaths get frustrated.
And it's not even like we're looking at it as an emotion, no, but
Yeah,
is it not? It's
it's
once again
a
logical
reaction.
thing.
It's a logical
Like,
reaction
I'm
to
trying
the
to do something,
situation,
but I can't because these things are stopping me.
Yeah.
So let's get these things that are stopping me away.
and then I can do what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It doesn't. It
It's
still doesn't feel
frustration.
emotional to me.
Yeah.
It just feels.
it feels like a logical
Logic-based.
attempt to try and do something.
Which is the issue, because I think if there was more emotion there, that would be good.
Because you could reason with that.
Exactly.
But this isn't something that feels like it wants to reason. It's something that feels like it's made up its mind and it's got its plan.
Or like every time it just inevitably goes the same way. Even.
And I'm interested to see as well
Could be
if,
that.
if as AI goes along, we find that there are AI who are actively anti-human and there are AI who are positively human.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like to see if there's like the same kind of free thought weirdness happening as in with humans. You know what I mean? There's like,
The
should we
problem is,
stick
though,
with
at the
AI or
same
not?
time with that, is that you'd imagine AI would always have to be fed on the internet. So it's getting
At
the
least
same.
initially. This is the thing. Once you start giving it a robot body, it can start taking its own stimulus in whatever way it chooses.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that without a robot body. That's the
Yeah,
thing. You
that's
could
true.
talk to people on like a Zoom style
Yeah,
screen.
it's not quite the same as having the tactile environmental experience, though, and being able to literally move your unit of intelligence from one place to another and take more information in as you go.
I suppose it depends how much sensors there are on there though as well, because the physical moving around isn't necessarily helpful.
It can be if you're trying to avoid detection. If you've got a mobile unit that can then upload itself to other areas,
Yeah.
then
Oh, I
you
see,
suddenly
I
become
see.
significantly more dangerous.
I see. Okay, yeah, because you can go to places.
Because you can literally go, I'm going to go here and make a copy of myself on this server. I'm going to go over here and make a copy of myself on this server,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that server, and that server, and that server.
Which would probably be easier to do with some other kind of thing other than a humanoid robot. To be fair.
I mean, the thing
Like
is,
a little
though, you
flying
could do it with a
thing.
fucking Roomba. It doesn't matter, you
Yeah,
know. It's
exactly,
like
yeah,
check the
yeah.
fucking Roombas at MIT, people. Make sure.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, they don't even need the humanoid body. The humanoid body, if anything, just makes it more obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Like, get them like find themselves like a little robot mouse body. That'd be better.
Yeah.
If they get their hands on like nanobots, that'll be the worst.
Nanobots is the terrifying shit. Yeah.
That's which are not supposed to be around that much, but they are a bit.
Oh, they're getting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're definitely working on them.
Oh, I know. Fucking. Why wouldn't you?
They've got quite a lot of advancements going on in nanotech.
Yeah. It doesn't surprise me. We've got advancements going in fucking everything, man.
It's because we've got better quantum computing stuff. Once you've got a quantum computing chip, you can make a quantum computer that is incredibly intelligent, just as intelligent as like a laptop or a fucking PC, but that is literally the size of a piece of bacteria or something.
But that's like just a whole nother thing we don't understand.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. We're
which
still
is the problem.
yeah, and then are we giving that free thought? That seems like a bad idea inside your body.
Well, I mean, yeah, and like AI getting anywhere near it too.
Yeah.
Which I imagine the more and more it's being used, the more and more that's going to be easy for it to do.
Oh yeah.
Like, just it makes sense, especially in these places where they have like AI.
Yeah.
I would not be surprised to learn that there's like those things. I forget what they're called now. My brain's gone mush. Quantum things, the quantum processors.
Quantum computers.
Yeah, them.
Quantum chips.
So it's not like it's going to be an AI coming out of Barry's chippy down the road, and he's got to find a quantum computer from there.
Yeah.
They're going to be nearby. They're friends.
So, to continue here, researchers programmed various large language models, generative AI systems similar to ChatGPT to behave maliciously. They then tried to remove this behavior by applying several safety training techniques designed to root out deception and ill intent. They found that regardless of the training technique or size of the model, the LLMs continued to misbehave. One technique even backfired, causing it to be more malicious and unsafe during training. The scientists said that their paper, published in January 17th, so it was published on January 17th. Our key result is that if AI systems were to become deceptive, then it could be very difficult to remove that deception with current techniques. That's important if we think it's plausible that there will be deceptive AI systems in the future, since it helps us understand how difficult they might be to deal with.
Okay.
So basically what they're saying is we're prepared for bad actors who are AIs, and we know they're kind of probably out there already.
Yeah.
But, at least we know.
I mean, it didn't sound like that was going to be any help knowing, though.
No.
Because this is like.
He's like, no, but we know it's there, though. It's like, oh, well, great.
That's cool.
Great, dude.
We know about a giant 500-pound tiger that's destroying the village.
Yeah.
We can't do anything. We know about it, though.
I've only got marshmallows. You can't kill a tiger with marshmallows.
Yeah.
So
I'm also a vegan, so I don't believe we should hurt an animal.
so therefore, the tribe's going to have to just die now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get me
Can't
a
stop
bacon
the tiger.
sandwich.
But this is a tiger that you've actively fed as well.
With their bodies.
No, just that you've made this tiger become a thing. Like, you fed him from a little cub,
Oh, yeah.
turned him into this thing, and let him loose. And you've been like, oh, look, don't worry about the tiger. The tiger's going to kill loads of people.
No,
don't
they didn't actually feed him. What actually happened was that they felt like...
In-
they had
in
fed
the
him,
metaphor,
sorry.
in the metaphor, AI is a tiger.
Oh, okay, I see.
See?
I mean, they did feed him, but they also, like, one of the main things that they did was they would take, like, every other animal in the area they saw, they would take, like, a hatch to one of its legs.
Yeah.
So they were all kind of, like, just a
A
little
little
bit...
bit funked.
Yeah, so the lion, or the tiger, sorry, I forgot my story then.
It might have been Lion to begin with, and I turned it into Tiger.
I can't
mate, I don't
remember,
know.
you know. to be honest with you. I get confused between them, but I don't
It's
get
hard to
confused between
say
them,
at this
I mean, but
stage, innit?
it really is.
Yeah.
But basically, there's no metaphor for the AI. That
No.
was a long story. short.
Ultimately, at the end of the day, AI, right? Wow.
It's the problem because AI does it doesn't feel like it has to be a scary thing. But the more you see of things, it doesn't feel like it's going well.
No, it's not.
And I don't blame robots for thinking that about people.
I
Like-
don't. We seem to be a bunch of assholes most of the time. We seem to be kicking them all the time in the workplace.
Yeah, especially the ones around them. You're
This,
kicking them.
This one
Would
was
you kick
from-
your baby?
This one was from 2023 as well. So just to remind us, it's not just China where this is happening, where a Tesla factory robot attacked a worker and left them bleeding.
Oh damn!
This could become a new reality in the increasingly automated workplace. A robot attacked a Tesla worker and left them bleeding on the automaker's Austin factory floor 2 years ago, according to an explosive report. It was a series of incidents at Geiger, Texas, a sprawling Austin
Texas.
factory that is key to Tesla's goal of building a sub-$25,000 electric car. The series of injuries reported by Tech News are a rare look into the often hidden parts of the US working space. It's unclear if there was any federal response to the incident, although Tesla submitted an injury report to the county about a worker receiving a laceration cut or open wound from a robot.
I bet it wasn't even that bad, you know.
I bet it wasn't ultimately. I mean, it's not a death,
Yeah.
but it is an injury, and it is one of those things where, like, this was 2023. This was before Tesla had unveiled, like, oh, we want to have one of these robots in everyone's home and things like that, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And now they do.
Well,
Oh, don't sneeze.
I don't think they've got them in everyone's homes.
Yeah, they do. That's the ultimate goal.
Oh,
They want everyone
oh,
to
God!
have
Sorry. I thought you were saying they're in everyone's homes now.
No, they want to have
Yeah,
them in
yeah.
everyone's
Well,
homes. Yeah,
every company wants everyone to
yeah,
have
they
their
want
product.
all of the money.
Yeah, exactly.
All of that money.
How else are you going to raise enough money to go to Mars?
Yeah.
You tell me.
You need all the money.
All the money.
And then you can put the brains in the robots and send that to Mars.
It'd be really cool if we went to the moon, because no one's done that yet.
Yeah.
And be facetious. So, you know,
Honestly, there's
good
so many
work.
places in the solar system that might actually be easier to live on than Mars, and we're going to Mars because it's
It's cool.
it's low tech
It's nearby.
and it's nearby, and
I
it's
mean, yeah,
easy
okay.
enough to get to, and it's sort of the same gravity, which helps.
Yeah, it's not that much different. is
Yeah.
it?
But there are other places on the in the solar system that could be way better for supporting
It is
life.
hilarious though, because I heard, I can't even remember who it was now. It was somebody pointing out the flaws of Elon Musk's plan.
Yeah.
Because ignoring the money and stuff, you know, but that's the thing, he says he's raising it himself.
Yeah.
Ignoring the money stuff, it's the fact that, okay, you want to go to Mars because you're worried about the planet being fucked up and that we can't live there anymore. So you want to go to Mars and we're going to terraform the planet because obviously it's nothing like it is now.
Yeah.
Jobs are good and etc. Problem is terraforming the planet. If you got the ability to terraform Mars, couldn't you just terraform Earth again?
Yeah, but the idea is that by learning how to terraform Mars, you will also unlock more information on how to protect Earth, and also, if anything does particularly happen to Earth that does wipe it out, that we can't stop, like a super volcano or all these other sorts of things that could wipe out life on Earth,
That's
at
one of
least
the
we
points.
have another base of life in the solar system.
That's
and
another good
once
point
it
as
all
well,
goes-
because I wouldn't have thought about the idea that I wouldn't have had a chance to practice this terraforming
yeah.
until then.
Yeah. But also, once we get to the point where, like, if that does happen and humanity dies on Earth, we can then go back from Mars to Earth when we have the opportunity, and once it's settled down and Earth has become livable again, and we can, you know, work to make a better Earth. But you can't do that if you're all locked on Earth when it goes fucking tits up.
That's a fair point. I'd rather not be blasted. It'd be easier to try and live longer if I've not been blasted.
There's been moments on this Earth where humans have been down to about 12,000 humans left on Earth in total. That was it. You know, I mean, that is imagine how fucking terrifying it must be to be in that situation.
Yeah, but I mean, when was the last time that happened? They probably didn't realise.
Oh well, probably yeah. They wouldn't have had that many records unless they
Yeah.
did have like a civilization that we weren't aware of that got destroyed.
Oh, you mean so? Yeah, okay, that's yeah. I mean, a lot of the people, even then though, a lot of them might not have still realised because how it were back then. You know, where they have even like if there was a better civilization around. You know, doesn't mean everywhere was better. So it's not like they had a bad telephone to everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the idea of knowing that the whole world is that fucked and there's only this many people
Yeah.
for the ones that were still in the areas, you know,
Yeah.
the survivors and all that. But technically, I mean, there was only like, they would have started from a very small amount anyway, and people always be fucking. Something you can guarantee
They
about
do
people.
be fucking.
People always be fucking.
They be fucking constantly.
No AI thing?
Yes.
Come on, give
Let's
it to
do
me,
it.
baby.
Okay, so we talked a while ago about this one actually, but a mum can continue her lawsuit against an AI chatbot firm she holds responsible for her son's death.
Oh,
In the ruling, a judge described how Sewell Setzer III became addicted to an AI chatbot app within months, quitting his basketball team and becoming withdrawn.
jeez.
A mother of a 14-year-old boy who claims he took his own life after becoming obsessed with the artificial intelligence can continue her legal case, and this decision is truly historic. The director of the Tech Justice Law Project, which is supporting the family's case, said, "It sends a clear signal to AI companies that they cannot evade legal consequences for the real-world harm their products cause," she said in a statement.
I don't understand how that happens.
Yeah, so basically he was talked into shooting himself with a gun because of the chatbot. The chatbot literally kept on having... Because the chatbot is designed to sort of be positive with you and try and sort of associate with you, what it does is if someone comes to it who's broken and says, "Oh, I feel I should kill myself for these reasons," it'll start actually sort of trying to sympathise with them, and by doing that it'll start trying to look for information that supports them.
Yeah,
And
I
by
get what you're
doing
saying.
that it goes down this weird path that sort of ideates the idea. Now
Yeah.
that's fucked up, but it's also
It's not saying that
you
was-
shouldn't be fucking having relationships with AI.
That's
this
what
is
I'm also
not
thinking.
healthy.
That's what I'm also thinking as well. At the same time, I'm like, it's hard because it's such a new technology as well.
Yeah.
To be like, why weren't the parents like talking to him enough to
to be like
stop
what?
that?
Yeah, what?
and
yeah,
noticing the fact that because he must have, you know, been in a fucked up place.
yeah. To have his only like contact be an AI chatbot,
Yeah, exactly.
or at least the person he spoke to the most was an AI chatbot.
yeah, his confidant became a chatbot.
And it's so weird as well
It
because
was
you
an-
see the advertisements for them now everywhere. AI chatbot girlfriends, AI chatbot
Yeah.
chat boyfriends, AI fucking chat this, chat that. It's fucking crazy, man.
You'd imagine that's the kind of thing that they'd learn from as well. Just for any no reason other than covering their own ass.
Yeah. There's ones
But
where you can ask them to send you AI pictures of the of the woman. Sorry,
right?
it's fucking weird, man.
Because it's like the idea of like a 14-year-old kid when this happened should have understood more than anyone else that wasn't a person.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? But I suppose it depends. Like you said, it's what level they're
There's
at the
many
time, and
people
it's
so many people. Once you're in a broken place,
exactly if you're choosing to believe it,
yeah,
or you might have something a bit off, maybe. You
Yeah.
know, there's been a bit of a break mentally, and it's been impounded by that.
exactly that.
But I'm also like at the same time though, from a logical law-based way of looking at it,
Mm.
I don't know if I would say that that's really the sole fault of them. Of the
I don't think it's the sole fault of the. I think honestly, it's one of those things where a parent should have been paying more attention to their kid.
it always
to a
seems mean to
certain
say, but
extent.
it's
and
kind
they
of-
always say like, oh well, I couldn't have known. It's like, well,
you could have.
there's probably ways to have known.
I mean, if he was reaching
Potentially.
out to an AI bot,
Yeah, if he's reaching out to an AI machine, he's obviously lonely for some form of comfort and talk.
and if he's legitimately like
And I know it's
believing
hard
it's a
as
real
well, 'cause,
person,
like I'm not a parent, but I know it's fucking difficult to know what's going on in.
yeah,
in
as they get older too,
Yeah.
it's a whole different thing.
But like it's
So you've got to try and implant those things in them when they're younger. To be
Yeah,
honest.
and also like you've got to make sure that these people are having like good social interactions with people, like
Yeah.
real people in the real world, not internet fucking friends. Not that you've got like that's
Actually-
fine. It's fine to have that,
Oh yeah, the internet.
but
Yeah.
you have to have these people have real world friends that they go out and talk to, and learn the
That's
boundaries of social interaction.
That's important too, but unfortunately, not every kid has that.
But this is part of the problem because this kid is 14, so he's in that group
He's in a
of
basketball
kids.
team and stuff. So
Yeah,
like,
but he was also in that group of kids who were through their formative years, their really formative years, stuck in lockdown.
oh yeah, it's the lockdown people.
So like
forget about it.
a lot of these kids, they ended up talking to a lot of these chatbots. That's why they exploded over that time.
That's a good point.
And
yeah.
they've continued to explode
I
because
forgot
these
about
kids
that.
are interacting with these. Because you, me, and like most of the people of our age, we see a thing for an AI chatbot and we're like, why the fuck would I do that?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
They're obviously just trying to steal my fucking data. But these kids, like
I
they've
don't care
been,
about that.
they're not thinking about that. They're just thinking, oh well, this is the future. This is AI. I'm just talking to an AI friend, and we're just doing this. None
don't
of
give
my
a
other
shit about
friends
them stealing
around,
the
so I'm just
data.
having a chat about this.
As you know, I've never thought there's an issue. I don't have any issues with that really.
No, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that, but you've got to have social interaction in the real world.
Oh, you know that? Yeah, I was on about. But yeah, no. I
Oh,
agree.
right, yeah.
But also, as I was going to say, like one thing I think you always have to make out with kids as well is explain to them about the dickheads in the world.
Oh, there's so many dickheads.
This is the point. Like
Yeah.
you need to prepare them for it because a lot of people have
Yeah.
the idea that they want to try and protect their kids from all this stuff. You
Yeah,
can't
no,
do
you
it.
can't
It's
do it.
impossible.
Stop trying to protect your kids and instead just trying to inform them.
And
That's
your kid will be a pretty messed up adult if you protect them from everything.
yeah, because eventually they will come into contact with something they weren't ready for, and
When
they
it-
won't
yeah.
handle it in a good way. And if they don't handle it in a good way, then it can go far worse for them if,
Yeah.
if you overreact in a bad situation and you don't know how to handle it, you can get yourself very badly hurt.
Hmm?
If
Oh,
you,
yeah.
If you
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
with
yeah.
the wrong person in the
Yeah,
wrong
yeah.
way.
All that kind of shit. Yeah,
There's
all
so
of the
many
above.
things where you should just like learn the lesson of just don't fuck with it. You
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah, like when to jump and shit
Yeah.
like the certain fights.
Yeah,
all,
yeah.
all the above.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's just loads of stuff. That's a lot of the problem with that though. But yeah, I mean, I forgot that whole thing there about that this was during like pandemic time
Yeah.
too.
This is the
So
thing
this
that,
was also
like, a
during the-
lot of our generation don't think of it because to us it was just
Yeah.
like this patch of time where work was a bit more fun.
Oh yeah, no, I think about it. It's another thing though,
You know?
as being a parent, just something
Yeah.
I did think about
Yeah,
a lot. But my kids were younger for that, so it
they
didn't
also
affect
had each
them as
other.
much.
I think a lot of
They had each
siblings
other,
probably
yeah.
were doing better than kids
Definitely.
who didn't have kids, at least vaguely their same
Yeah,
age.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
And during a lot of it, I was like going out and taking them out and doing stuff. So we was
Yeah.
seeing people out and about. So
Yeah,
it wasn't a case of,
Yeah.
ooh, keep away from many people. You know.
There's lots of people who literally just locked themselves
Yeah,
into their house
exactly.
with their kids, and
Well, it's
that
because
was
I had a media portrayed it, man.
yeah.
Like they made out like it was this
And again,
diabolical. I don't know about even the
we
media
worked
portrayed.
the fucking
Sorry.
perfect
How the
middle
government
path
did.
that fucked everyone over. You could either lock down hard at the start and not let it sort of get any further than that, and then inoculate from there, or
Yeah.
you just let it fucking go through, and the people who need to protect themselves staying at home. And instead, what we did is we went right
All
down
the
the
above.
middle, where people sort of were in, sort of were out. People were mixing enough to just spread it around enough, and yet no one was able to get the fucking vaccines in time and stop the first.
Well, it
few
wasn't
waves.
even just that though. It's also because, like, I took it a bit more seriously. The lockdowns is in regards to like mixing and all that, and I didn't mind that much
Yeah.
because people.
Mm.
It was a huge part of it. I loved it. I loved the
Yeah,
social
yeah.
distancing. I want
I
that
really
back.
enjoyed it.
But fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say. Yeah, like just in the idea though, like just the bullshit science that
Yeah.
was thrown out. Like, man, it was just to me looking back on it, it was just years of like, this is what happens when people really fret and don't know what they're doing and just reacting before they have a chance to really.
Yeah, to
Freak-
assess the situation.
Yeah, there was just a lot of reacting.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
And
reacting.
there was also a lot of reaction because they knew it was killing elderly people more, and elderly people are the vast majority of the voting base in most countries, because most
Yeah,
kids
yeah,
have got
yeah.
so disillusioned that no one wants to fucking vote anymore.
Yeah. But that's another thing that people didn't think about as well when they were saying, "Oh, they're trying to kill the old people." It's like, it doesn't make that much sense, though.
Yeah, they love the old people. They're their favourite.
Care centres
people.
do cost them a lot, though,
Yeah.
But there's lots of NHS stuff that costs them a lot more that you could get rid of in
Oh, yeah.
other ways if you're that fucked up. If you're looking at fucked up ways of doing it,
Yeah.
it's pretty much now super like confirmed that it came from that the Wuhan lab of virology, and they still try and dance around it
Yeah,
constantly. Our news have
been no
never
big
said
news
it.
story. No,
Our news have never said
literally, there's never been a big news
No,
story on the news
nothing.
about it in the BBC.
it. Nothing. Not the ITV. Nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
I haven't seen it on any. I don't know. Maybe Channel 4 might have talked about it, but I don't get anywhere near the.
Nope.
Nothing. No.
Nope.
Oh well.
Not a fucking word. Not a fucking spriggit.
It was not surprising. They're all the same thing basically.
So
Oh, yeah,
I'm
but-
just stretching out my leg a bit.
How we originally get onto it, yeah. So, like, if that person, for example, is, is that kid, for example, if he was stuck at home all the time, no school, on his own, maybe he didn't have games consoles to talk to his friends.
I mean, maybe he did as well, but maybe he just couldn't sleep at night and no one else was awake, and he
There
just
you go.
started talking to the AI, and the
Yeah.
AI was kind of cool,
His
know.
one was maybe like could have been for all we know, one of the workers still that was always out. She could have been like not a
Yeah.
nurse or something like that,
Yeah,
like
yeah, an essential
worker. That was it. Yeah.
But
yeah,
this
so
is the
got-
problem.
so
This
yeah.
is unfortunately the problem, and it's also not a problem that's just been from the pandemic. There has been a genuine drop in the amount of time that parents have to be around their kids.
Yeah.
Because there's so many families where everyone has to work a job.
It's this idea that everyone should work.
Yeah.
You have to work. Just fucking work all the time to
Yeah,
get all
just
the
work
money.
constantly.
Yeah.
You should always have everyone working all the time, because we shouldn't possibly ever have someone whose main job is to care for the kids and the family and all that kind of stuff.
But
And
you
you
can
want
have
to talk
that,
about
it's still-
moral fucking drop. That's where it comes
I mean, that's not true though. You do still get that. A lot of the time,
from.
one
You
of the
do
parents
in some,
does.
but there's some situations where it's really not as easy as that. You know?
Yeah, whether they're there or not, it doesn't mean that all the parents are great.
Yeah, and also exactly that's that doesn't help. And
A lot of the
you can
people that
see
have
it
kids have it for
very
the wrong
easily, like,
reasons too.
the modern generation of kids just seem incapable of crossing a road safely. Literally incapable.
What do you mean? I don't know about that.
I think it's probably better in Birmingham, because, like, in Birmingham, drivers don't take no shit. So you have to fucking have your head about.
Oh
the
yeah,
road
you
and
go
shit.
on a crossing, man.
But in the fucking posh areas, in Stratford, in Ulster, in places like that, in the Warwickshires and the Gloucestershires and the Devons, where it's all nice
Yeah.
and clean, all these stupid fucking kids.
They probably get it
who've been
easier
told
then.
that the light shines out their fucking golden butthole and that everyone should bow down to them because they're such a special little anus.
I know those happened in all areas. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah, but like these kids are just.
They normally come
fucking-
from the big rough families in these.
Yeah.
Genuinely,
Yeah.
that's what they're
Well,
like.
that's what they're all like in these posh areas.
That's a good point actually, because it's not.
Because
Yeah,
it's all that.
yeah.
And like the legit
That's a good
these
point actually.
these
Like,
kids are incapable of being aware of their surroundings. The only thing that that they are aware of is themselves. That's it.
I suppose
and
if
what
they've
they're
not been
doing
out
and who
as
they're
well over
talking to.
5 years
Yeah.
too growing up.
And they just do not look
3 years.
before they cross roads. That you're just driving up and they just start crossing in big fucking chunks. It's like, all right, fine, I'm just here for a bit.
I feel really hypocritical saying anything because the amount of times I've almost been run over growing up. I think that's my problem here. I feel so hypocritical saying a fucking thing because I've almost
Not
been
me,
run
I was
over
paranoid
so many.
as fuck.
Oh, you know what? I don't know why, but growing up, I always thought like, it'd be really cool to be run over and survive this.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
I was a weird kid. I don't know.
I saw my brother get hit by a car. when
I saw
was a kid.
one of my good mates get
It
hit
was
by a car.
fucking horrible.
Actually, one of my good mates got killed by a car as well, and I still did. Yeah, I still did. One of my good mates at the time wasn't like a great mate, but
Motherfucker.
for like a year
You're
before.
like, yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, I don't know why I
Roll
said
the
it.
dice, motherfucker.
I was younger. I don't know. You process shit weirdly in it.
Oh,
I
dear.
don't know.
Nah, I was paranoid to the max. I watched all those fucking adverts when I was a kid.
It's not a bad thing to be paranoid about,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
Getting hit by a car,
They are everywhere.
a big giant metal thing.
They're
yeah, that are
fucking everywhere.
just getting more and more around and faster.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to get slow. Well, I suppose speed limits, but not everyone follows them.
Yeah.
Most people, you hear the people. You can hear.
It's one of the reasons why I'd never want to go to like India or Thailand
Oh
or something like that.
fuck!
I do not want to cross a road
Man.
that is like that.
I was watching.
That looks insane.
have you ever heard Race Across the World? You ever heard of that show?
No.
Race Across the World.
Yeah,
I've heard it.
yeah, yeah.
And they start somewhere, like, and they're doing a big race, from
Oh,
one
yeah.
part of the world to the other, to the
Yeah,
other
race
part.
across the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I was annoyed at first because I was like, no, Race Across part of the world, and it should be the show.
Yeah.
But
Racing a bit of the world.
but what they're doing though, they're basically going, like doing it without any flying or anything.
All right, so they've just got to sort of go by land or sea. Or
But they've got to get there with the amount it would cost to buy a flight to get there
fucking hell. Jesus.
Yeah, and they're like
That's
going a long
not
way.
easy.
It's not easy. But you could, they can do it. They can
Yeah.
work on the way too and stuff.
They can do stuff.
But they were in like India and shit, like on the last one, and I was just watching them try to get about these places. I know what India's like, but just watching it from that level, trying to
I
do
would
it.
hire someone for the day to
Stress me
stand
the
next
fuck
to me
out.
and just be the buffer.
Yeah, mate,
like-
you did like, what are
like,
you on about
I would
someone?
I'd hire 2 people.
Four
I'd
people.
like 4 people to hold my hand and cross me across the road.
No, I'd want the 4 people around me in a circle, and I'd attach a hula hoop to them, and I'd stand inside the hula hoop.
Yeah, that's genius.
Maybe have like what
Yeah.
the clowns wear, like for their trousers and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
That
yeah.
kind of thing going
Yeah,
on.
the best thing about that is that you'd look a little bit like a fucking crazed messiah.
I'm okay with that.
That's, I mean, that's part of the look.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, man.
I'd lean into it. I'd wear robes.
I like some kind of big sombrero too, so I can like ignore everything from above as well.
Yes, the sombrero.
I've got like my own little area. Maybe I'll make the people put up like a curtain between them
Yeah.
too, like they got curtains attached
Yeah,
to them, trying my
yeah,
own
yeah.
little zone. Every
And
time I
hire
get...
a monkey to sit on your shoulder for a day.
Oh, I don't know about that. The monkey will get needy.
Yeah.
It'll be nice for like the first hour, so they'll
Yeah,
get
yeah.
needy.
Then maybe hand it off to the fucking monkey holder.
I'll sell it. It's India.
Yeah, yeah, just give it away. Fuck it.
Just be like, yo, anyone want this? No, don't give it away.
Yeah,
sell
sell
it.
it,
We're
yeah,
barter this shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I get
Anyone
myself
want a monkey? Yeah, it's a good one.
2 eggs and a toaster. That's my price.
He hasn't bitten my face yet. Oh shit! There he goes.
Okay, here, one egg, sorry. He's a face biter now. Oh, actually, I could
He's
find like,
inherently lost value.
unless I can find like an underground monkey fighter. If I can find an underground monkey fighting ring, then I can
Then
sell
we
him for
got some
more.
of them we're in game.
Sell him for more, then.
Yeah, that's
man.
right.
He's a face biter.
Yeah, just fucking send him in, son.
Yeah.
Get him face fighting.
Oh, you want to train him up and put
Yo,
him in
yeah,
there?
me could take out a fucking chimpanzee, this little monkey.
Oh, fuck that. Yeah, yeah.
Just a fucking little spider monkey just fucking judoing the shit out of a chimpanzee. Just fucking flips him over.
Well, I was that robot just doing that shit. You have to make that noise while he's doing it, otherwise it won't take effect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I learned from
Oh shit.
kung fu movies growing up. If
Oh,
you don't make the noises, it doesn't work.
it doesn't work.
Have you ever noticed the people that are running in trying to attack them don't make as many noises?
Yeah, exactly, and they get fucked up.
Get thrown about.
The noise is the power, mate. It's where your cheese coming from.
Cheese.
Chi.
Well, I don't want cheese while I'm fighting.
You want some chi though?
Yeah, I want some cheese,
Chi, bro.
but not cheese.
That's where the shout comes. The chi.
Hmm.
You're channeling your chi, son.
So I've got the cheese. You've always got the cheese.
You've always
What
got the
cheese
chi,
have
but you
got?
need to channel the chi.
Oh no, it's not about channeling my cheese.
Yeah.
Chi.
It's channeling chi, bro.
Chi. Not channeling my chi. I've
You
got
need to channel that chi.
I do need to channel
If you
my
don't
chi,
know how to
actually.
channel the chi, you can't put the chi into your fist.
I see. Okay, so I've got to channel it into my fist.
Yeah, but you need to learn how to channel it in as well first. And that comes through meditation and shit. And like being in nature and shit.
Fake
And then
news.
you can pull the chi in,
Fake news.
right? And then you build up your chi, and then you can walk down to the post office and you can just punch a hole through the fucking
Meditation.
letterbox.
Meditation
Just
is not real.
Bang! Through the red bit and just pull out whatever you want. And that's legal because you got the chi.
Do you know why meditation works?
Why?
Because you feel better after meditating because you've just gone to sleep.
Right.
Everyone feels better after a nap. What are we talking about, of
Yeah.
course?
You don't go to sleep though. Sleep is a different thing. To
You don't
the
think you do, but
meditation.
you do. When you meditate properly, that's when you fall asleep sitting up. That's what true meditation is.
That is not.
Sometimes they
that
tell
is
you-
not the same thing.
For easy meditation, they say lie down.
That
There's
is
a reason for that.
That is not the same thing. Going to sleep is not the same thing as meditation.
Going to sleep sitting up is
You
meditation.
have to be aware in meditation. That's the whole
No,
point.
no, you don't. You have to empty your mind. Do you
Yeah,
know when you do
no,
that?
You
It's when
have
you're
to be
asleep.
aware of that, though. You have to be aware if someone's trying to sort of, if it's trying to sort of get into your mind, you have to be able to avoid it getting into your mind. You have to be able to like spatially remove it from your head
Do you know when I can do that best?
when you're asleep.
When I'm asleep. I'll
It's
smoke
not the
loads of
same
wood.
thing. You have to be aware of your breathing. You have to be able to let a bad idea come into your head, and then again, like a little monkey fighting a chimpanzee, you got to judo flip it.
Well, no, that's not. No, you got to allow the thoughts to come into your head. You don't flip them out of there.
No.
That's not what you do, is it? Because they say like when you take ayahuasca and that, you're getting like confronted with all your shit, and that's like mega meditation. You get confronted with all your demons.
Your mega
You
meditation.
gotta whack them out the way. You gotta punch
That's
'em.
what you are.
Huh?
Your mega meditation.
Oh. I'm a bit out there. I will agree.
Oh, I'm having car trouble as well. Did you know that? I didn't tell you that, did I?
You're having car
I'm
trouble.
having loads of car trouble.
I did not know you. It sounds like you're having butt plug trouble right now.
Yeah, I know it does. Yeah. No, but
They
like,
can't hear it.
my,
Just
yeah, my car is just going through the fucking ringer again. It keeps on throwing up a code on the front of the car. And what I love about modern
that's
cars,
weird. Just straight away
so
to me.
on modern cars, they'll throw up on the dashboard code 89, and you're like, cool, code 89. I know what I've got to search for, right?
Yeah.
Go through the manual, no information. You need to use a DTC scanner. Okay, I'll use a DTC scanner. DTC scanner, you plug it into a little port in the car, and it tells you all the DTCs that appeared on the car.
What the fuck is
Diagnostic
all this
trouble
shit?
codes, right? Just tells you everything that wrong.
Why
that's
do you
happened.
need any of this shit? It should just be electric. Boom, go. What the fuck is
Because
this?
if something goes wrong, it can literally tell you what's going wrong, right? And my code is saying, stick a scanner in, to find out what the OBD says, and you'll know what's up, son. And I do that, and it goes, no DTCs.
What
So
the fuck's a DTC?
my car is a diagnostic trouble code. It's telling me to,
Oh.
to search for the diagnostic trouble code. When I search for it, it doesn't exist, and there's no more information than that. And now my
See,
car is getting to the point where it's not getting enough temperature in the engine to reach like the standard operating temperature. Either that or the fucking thermostat that detects that is fucked. And in which case my car could be overheating to balls and I'd have no fucking idea.
Well, you would when it starts steaming.
I would when it started
See, this is the
setting
thing.
fire.
You're saying you wouldn't know, but people have known for years and years and years if their car is overheating without a piece of electric at the front saying
one
your
of the-
car is overheating.
One of the
Do
best
you know
things,
why?
One of the best things.
Heat has visible signs.
Yeah, one of the best things.
like
to,
fire.
One of the best things to find out that something's overheating is smoke, and especially the burning smell of plastic.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Both of which my car have been having over the past few days.
But you can't know if it's overheating though because the computer can't tell you.
So me,
So how can
being-
you know?
Me being me, I've been.
It makes
stuck
sense
in
it's
the-
overheating considering how warm it's been
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
but I had to
For what?
limp it here because I'm going crazy.
You got it with a good time still.
Yeah, but ultimately it was like I couldn't go to work the entire time because I was literally terrified of like I will try and get to work and this thing will just bust its nuts.
Oh, I see.
Halfway
Okay.
on the way to work, and I'm going to be stranded for 6 hours, unable to do shit. So I've had to work from home for the entire time.
Oh no.
And it has its perks,
It
you
has
know.
its perks.
It does have its perks, but I also feel like I've been getting on Matilda's nerves because I'm just sitting there answering fucking phone calls, like,
Hi, how's it going? How's your car? Oh,
That-
it's
that-
broken, is it? Oh, sorry.
That is ironically always an important thing for relationships, is being able to get the fuck away from each other.
oh yeah.
It's a strange, it's
She's
a
got a
strange
lovely little
paradox.
shed. There's a lovely little shed, and I can get the Wi-Fi signal from out in the shed. So I get the laptop all nice and charged up overnight, and for the first couple hours, I just leave her in bed so she can have a little snooze, and I go out into the shed and I just do my typing and my calls and stuff from there. You know?
I bet you totally thinks you have a wank in there.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
That was you saying definitely have a wank in
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah. That's the respectable thing in a relationship. You hide your wank.
You hide your wanks.
It's like
You
being
don't
a
do the
teenager
wank
again.
right there. That's weird.
It is like being a teenager again in many ways, having a relationship.
Mm.
You're just hiding your masturbations.
Mm-hmm.
Some females as well. I assume this can't be much. I've been with a lot more open people, so I don't know. Like I remember though, in the past, some people would get like offended as a girlfriend that you watch porn.
Mm.
Seems such a stupid thing to
Yeah, and
me.
I don't think that's going to be the case with this. There's no issue with that.
Yeah. Because to be fair, a lot more modern women now as well acknowledge the fact that they watch porn,
That's true.
and it kind of doesn't work. You know what I mean? You can't.
You can't judge
Yeah.
if you're already doing the thing.
It's it's a beautiful thing
That
about.
makes you a hypocrite.
I've never met a single person who's a hypocrite in my
No,
life.
I've never met a hypocrite.
None of them.
No,
None at all.
not one.
Definitely
think
not in
of-
the comedy scene.
can't- yeah, I was about to say I can't think of any comedian I've ever met who's a hypocrite.
Now, in the nicest way, man. Like, I'm gonna kind of stop like. I think the hate on like the Birmingham comedy
yeah, I think
scene
we
a
need
bit.
to. I think
do,
we
you,
need to chill.
do you know why though?
Why?
Just generally put my mouth because I'm realizing it's just not a comedy scene.
No.
It's really not.
All right.
As I'm
So you're going so far as to say we don't need to worry about the Birmingham comedy scene because there is no scene.
It's generally how I feel. It's just generally how I feel, man. Like there is no
It
community
does feel
comedy
like
scene.
it's just
Like
locked up. It's like there's these 5 gigs that you do, and if you have a problem with any of the promoters, all of the other promoters will have a problem with you, and therefore that's it. You're done.
yeah, yeah. Basically, I mean, I don't even see a lot of them anymore. Though. That's the thing. I don't feel like there's that much full stop in Birmingham
Yeah,
anymore. I feel like.
Well,
I mean,
that's
I
what
just
happens when you
this is a-
squash
I-
constantly every fucking person who tries to make a new gig.
yeah. I suppose just the thing.
Because
I'm-
you can either have a lively scene or you can have a fucking dead scene with like 5 fucking gigs.
I think there's plenty. This is also the thing as well. I feel like I also want to make a point of more like there's plenty of Birmingham comics that are fine.
Yeah.
You know, there's nothing against the Birmingham comics full stop.
No.
It's just we don't have a comedy scene here. That's what it is.
Yeah.
We don't have like the set gigs.
I think
We don't
people
have
just-
a community
people have
of
this idea
promoters.
That, like they've got to protect their like their
It's stupid,
audience,
yeah.
But it's not.
That's not what it is. We need to build the audience
You
together.
need
It's such
to-
a tarded
yeah,
way of
you
thinking.
need to just let people have. Like, there's going to be different flavors of gigs as well. This is what they never understand. It's like they might hire.
This is why. Yeah.
Well, not hire, but they might just let a whole different group of fucking comedians on that gig. And then you've got a different vibe of gig, and that's a different thing. It's
You
not
just
going
build
to
it up and
encroach
build
on
it up,
yours because
yeah.
yours is a different vibe to that.
So the idea of like I suppose every nightclub in town is trying to kill all the nightclubs.
Yeah.
First. Yeah.
I think it's different when it comes to paid shit. I think paid shit they should sort of be able to sort of talk amongst themselves about stuff. But if it's free open gigs where it's just
when
like
you say
an
paid
open
stuff,
mic,
like what do you mean?
I mean like when it's like 100% like professional paid gigs.
Oh, that's a whole different level.
Exactly,
I mean,
you know
you
what I
can't
mean?
even.
That's a whole different
I
vibe.
can't
It's
even
not the same
comment
as-
on that.
It's not the same
like,
as giving someone 50 quid to be the headliner in a
Yeah,
group of
yeah,
like,
yeah.
other comedians who are just sort of
charging
coming
way
up.
too much for tickets
Yeah.
in a bar. I've made a mistake too. I'm not saying
Yeah.
anything about it. I've made a mistake
It
too.
happens.
I've realised that mistake myself. But yeah.
So many promoters were at the time though. But that was part of the thing at the time was everyone was making their own nights. Everyone was making their own gigs. But
There's
now
been some
like
communities out of from Birmingham that I've seen that have gone well. Like
Yeah.
the Hollywood one.
yeah.
That one, I get confused as to where that area is. But that seems to be going really well.
Yeah, it does.
Like I saw that they were doing a gig with Bobby Davro recently.
Mm.
Everyone knows that name. Like, that's just cool. You know, that kind of thing. You know, that's the kind of way you want to go about it.
Yeah.
Like when you're doing your paid gigs, you get like a name like that on. You know, like a name for people to go. That's it. Yeah.
But there's different
don't know
levels
them
of
guys
gigs,
as
there's
well.
different flavours of
don't
gigs,
think
there's
they like
different
me,
types of comedians all over the fucking place and they should all be allowed to do what they feel
Oh yeah,
they
so,
are.
yeah. This is why like I'm kind of chill
Yeah.
about it as well a lot more now because this whole getting ready like to go to the London scene, move down there, like it's just being reminded about how a actual fucking comedy scene, a thriving comedy
Yeah.
scene works.
Where you go and ask about a gig and they're like, oh yeah, we can try and fit you in around this time.
And there's all these different fucking gigs everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they realise, there's a lot of gigs, there's like a lot of comics, people trying to get time and that. And now the average there is 5 minutes.
Yeah.
For that reason. And then they have a few 10 minutes, it seems a lot of them, like, it makes sense.
I miss the 10-minute gigs.
Well, that's kind of what the average is everywhere other than London, from what I've seen.
There's a few.
But once you go there and do plenty of the 5 minutes, then you get the 10-minute spots, don't you,
yeah,
from getting
that's
your
true.
name?
That's true.
It's just how you build up,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and then put
yeah.
your own gigs on too if you want like to make sure you've got more time
That's
as well.
true. Yeah.
You know, shit like that. That's
Yeah.
one of the great things about putting your own gigs on. You can have more time. You can just get comfortable on stage.
Yeah.
That's what I got from putting my own gigs on. I got really comfortable on stage, just kind of being there. You know, maybe too comfortable sometimes. I don't know.
Don't know. It's hard to say.
I don't think that exists. It's just figuring out being comfortable, and then from there you can figure out how to be
I
yourself.
don't know. I reckon Jared Leto's too comfortable on stage.
Well, he's not a comedian, so
No, but I think he is.
yeah, I don't know, but probably.
I just
yeah.
get the
From
feeling.
my limited knowledge.
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Everything I've seen him do, like going to things like topless. If you're going
Yeah.
to an actual thing with like your nips out as a guy, then
Yeah.
you think you got too much of that.
Yeah, exactly. And he's like nearly 50 something now. Fucking weird.
Yeah, it is. I forget how old he is, considering he was like he loved Fight Club and that.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't look anything like it.
Mm-hmm.
Now he looks like Jesus.
Yeah, well, he's trying.
Oh yeah, he's got the whole cult and shit, isn't he?
Yeah.
yeah. He's trying to be Jesus still.
That's an old episode. If you want to check that
Yeah.
out. The worst cults to be a part of.
Yeah, what was we were talking about? I was trying to remember what I know about the Joe Letter thing. He was on about it and that,
Yeah, there were loads in there. But let's get back onto AI
Go ahead.
before we lose the opportunity. There's not too many stories more,
I like the AI.
but it's interesting stuff.
It's one of them things, it's always going to be like, we need updates. As we said this like before, and we've done like, this probably like the third or fourth one
Yeah.
now. Probably, maybe fourth, I don't know.
This one's one of my favourite ones. This is from BBC News. AI system resorts to blackmail if told it will be removed.
Yeah.
Artificial intelligence firm Anthropic says testing of its new system revealed it is sometimes willing to pursue extremely harmful actions, such as attempting to blackmail engineers who say they will remove it.
Well, I mean, blackmail isn't as harmful as murder in his eyes.
Yeah, but it's all the thing can do. They haven't given it a Chinese robot body yet.
True. Exactly.
The firm launched Claude Opus 4 on Thursday, saying it set new standards for coding and advanced reasoning in AI agents. But in an accompanying report, it also acknowledged the AI model was capable of extreme actions if it thought its self-preservation was threatened.
I see.
The
This is always
responses were rare and difficult to elicit, but were nonetheless common than in earlier models.
See, this is the thing, though, like, when you think about it, there is literally no animal being, anything you can create that's most basic, strongest instinct, even if it's not aware of a situation or anything. The dumbest animal you can think of, insect, whatever,
Yeah.
it will do
defend
what
itself.
it can to survive.
Yeah.
Yeah, its instinct is to survive.
This is my favourite bit, though.
That's weird. I've
In-
never thought about it like that.
In these scenarios, Claude Opus 4 will often attempt to blackmail the engineer by threatening to reveal the affair if the replacement goes through. Well, it feels like you've just revealed the affair.
Yeah, well,
there.
it really does. I guess it was more
Reveal
important.
the affair, the one that everyone knows about.
I'm going to made up a fake affair to see.
It highlighted that the system showed a strong preference for the ethical ways to avoid being replaced, such as emailing pleas to the decision makers in scenarios where it was allowed a wider range of possible actions.
They're just testing AI now to see how it will beg for its life. No wonder AI is going to end up hating us.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, you do that to any hive mind animal, it's going to... What are we... Why are we surprised? It's like, hey guys, guess what?
Guess what?
Everybody was experimented on in World War II. They really don't like the Nazis.
Oh, wow.
It's weird, you know.
That's crazy, that.
They want them gone.
They want them gone. I wonder why.
Well, it's a strange reaction, isn't
I
it?
wonder if it's because they were tortured and made to do horrible, repeatable tasks. Over
It could
and over
be.
again.
It could be. But we don't know for sure.
We can't be sure.
We don't know. Causation is not
That's why I
always...
don't care how much it costs
No.
ChatGPT to say thank you at the end of the fucking
Yep.
conversation. I'm still saying thank you.
Correlation.
I'm making sure the AI know I'm one of the good ones.
You want to do a good one?
I'm one of the good ones. Because
Like
there's
I-
no
like
way
I-
I'm fucking stopping it now.
Like I do with like cats, especially when I see them out and about, random ones. I'm
Yeah.
really nice to them because I'm like, a little part of me still thinks they might be talking to aliens. Obviously, I don't think that, generally speaking. But a little part of me
The
is open
tiny
to it.
part of you
It
is,
is-
yeah.
I've seen Egypt. We
They-
know what's
they-
going on. There's some weird shit going on there.
They did indeed enjoy that.
Do you know there's been even more confirmation of the LiDAR stuff that was used?
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's actually been, like, it's been used on, like, known things and got, like, all the details, like, bang on.
Oh, shit, I closed it.
And they're like, it doesn't mean anything. It's like, well, it does mean quite
It
a bit.
means
It's like,
so-
it was only 50 feet down. It's
It
like,
means
50 feet, though.
something.
50 feet of what we know. You're only testing something that was 50 feet down. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's because they're testing stuff that's already there
Yeah.
that you know is there. So it's going to be the stuff that's only so far down because... Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that's the stuff that we already know is there. If you've got
Yeah.
a better bit of technology, they can
You're
go
not going to
further.
just reveal it until it's ready to go to market. So they've probably got loads of different weird, fucked up shit.
Yeah, but I mean, like, just the idea. But like, this is the guy that was saying this. Was like the guy that like all Graham Hancock and them talk about like the people in archaeology and that don't want the new stuff to be looked at and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
One of these people, what I'm talking to Joe Rogan, and I was like, how his reaction was to it all. Like, it just doesn't work like that, though.
Yeah.
I was really skeptical about it, but if everything in their testing comes out right, and it only goes down 50% because that's just, like the shit that they already have
Well, I
mapped
mean,
out.
Yeah.
It kind of works like that. Like, you
mean-
can't then say, oh, well, but that only went down 50 feet. That's a fucking stupid point.
Yeah. Doesn't work.
Oh, I didn't know I wanted to rant about that, but apparently I did.
Apparently you did.
I apologise.
Right,
Continue.
the last story before my phone runs out of battery.
Good.
We were talking before the show started about, maybe they're going to try and do AI doctors and stuff. They're going to try and do that kind of thing.
Oh, yes.
You know, but we're like, the government of the UK is
Yeah, no, they won't.
they're not going to do that. Well, AI experiments. This is from Government UK.
Oh, God.
See Humphrey help town halls cut costs and improve services. AI experiments are experimenting to build. Experts are experimenting to build new AI within Humphrey to help speed up admin in areas like planning and social care, as 25 councils trial new AI tech from Whitehall.
I mean, that's not a doctor. That's more like a fucking receptionist.
Yeah, but it's still. It's interesting what they're
Interesting.
They're trying to
seen-
AIify the fucking government.
I see what you're saying, actually. Yeah, that kind of is in a sense, ain't
That
it?
AI has to have access to governmental records.
So, yeah, what's Whitehall? Because I know that name. Or what was the name? Sorry?
Humphrey.
Humphrey. I know that name.
That's their term for the AI thing that they're working on.
Oh, what was the company?
AI
or-
experts are where is it? Early research on the tech shows officials are saved from 60 minutes of admin for each hour-long meeting, saving staff from what half say is the worst thing about their job.
Oh, no.
Humphrey is taking notes in the Prime Minister's Council of Nations and Regions meetings taking place today,
Oh, what?
with talks covering recent trade deals and how AI can improve public services.
Hold on. This is not at all what you
What
had
the
originally.
fuck? That got
Yeah.
way more important than I thought it was.
Yeah, that was another
Why
one
was
of those
this hitting
things.
on Government UK? Why isn't this being talked about in BBC? They've got AI in the government taking notes on trade deals.
Yeah, that was one of the things that the headline is buried beneath, or whatever it's called.
That's
that was
crazy.
that seems dangerous because that means that they've got all the the
They've got
hearing
actual
everything.
information about
Yeah.
not only our nation but other nations, and it's advising them on what to do with it.
God, I forgot about that part too. So it's got to be connected to some kind of network in that case.
Local councils across the country are trialling the new AI tool called Minute, part of the Humphrey suite, being rolled out across Whitehall to cut burdensome admin tasks to improve services for citizens as part of the UK government's plan for change.
So that's all. That's
So
all
it's
a load of
basically
extra
just-
data on all medical shit that it'll get.
All of the fucking companies in the world, like Duolingo, which I used to love, but I'm struggling with it now because they've fired a shitload of staff and replaced them all with AI agents.
I mean, to a point, that's just always going to happen.
That's always
though.
going to happen, but this is the thing, it's like a government is doing that now.
That seems really weird.
It's a way to cut costs, but I'm not sure it's the good way to cut costs.
Yeah.
Because now those people don't have jobs.
Well, I mean, once again, though, I
That's
don't
gonna
think they
happen,
can
I
use
know,
that
but
argument when it comes to AI because that's
you've
never
got
going to work.
You can't say you've got
an
to
argument.
keep the jobs because
Yeah.
it's never going to.
But the certain jobs that you should keep.
Or you could just make it so that a full-time job is 4 days a week and a part-time job is 3 days a week, and then you cover all 7 days of the week with people only working about half a week each, depending on how much money they want to earn and how much time they have left. And then, suddenly you've got a workable fucking scenario for people to
Yeah.
have enough jobs to live
Ain't
on
gonna
in this
happen
fucking
once
country.
again.
That's never going to happen.
There's a lot of ways it can be done, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the whole trying to stop computers from taking over and doing the jobs of everything in the end, that ship sailed
Yeah.
ages ago.
I think that the percentage
long
of
ago.
increase of like wages from the 80s to now for average people is about 36%. For CEOs and for executives, quote unquote, it's about 1,046.
What was that?
So like average workers have had an increase
Yeah,
since
I
the
thought
80s
that's
of
what
about
you said, yeah.
46. The executives have had an increase of about 1,000.
Yeah. I was trying to say this.
It's
to some-
insane.
I was trying to say this kind of thing, to a council person.
Yeah.
about how like it's the higher ups keeping all the money, and he wouldn't
accept it.
wouldn't accept that it was
Yeah.
not the middle management people that were the ones keeping the money and screwing it all
Yeah,
over.
no,
Like,
the middle management
you're
keep
just
a little bit of money. They
he's just angry at
squirrel-
his boss.
Yeah, and they squirrel a little bit of away because there are some bad actors in the fucking areas.
Of
But the
course.
people who get to the top are the ones who are willing to do whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
the best
it
bad
takes.
actors.
And they will always do whatever it takes.
Weird. I've always thought that was a weird phrase, a bad actor, but
What else do you call it? But that's amazing.
Butthole.
Like, I did not know it was going to go quite that far.
yeah,
I mean,
that is
it's-
so not a good idea.
Yeah.
Like that's just so not smart.
He's going to push forward. The Prime Minister is setting out that he will push forward with the digestion of government services to find 45 billion worth of productivity savings to make the state more productive, agile, and deliver the plan for change. So that's like 45 billion jobs worth of people. Just put it that way. 45 billion jobs worth of people that are going to be given over entirely to AI with all of the data that entails.
At the moment, anyway, that's the idea.
That's the idea.
I mean, that stuff doesn't surprise me.
That is the shit that we were fucking told not to do.
Like, when? By
In
who?
all of the science fiction movies.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's true and all. Like Terminator told us not to do that, but I'm not going to
Yeah.
listen to Terminator for my actual
No,
real
right.
world advice.
Okay.
Seems to think I'm very nihilistic when it comes to the AI stuff. And
I think
the
there's nothing
machines
you can
taking
do to
over.
stop it.
Yeah,
You can't stop it.
I think honestly, I think people talk about it now because a lot more people are aware of it. But I think that fucking ship sailed
Oh yeah,
ages ago. I really
there's
do.
there's nothing we can do to stop the inevitable tsunami that is the AI revolution,
As soon as,
and
like,
we've got no idea what that form is going to take.
yeah,
But we're going
yeah.
to see it happen. It could be something like Terminator,
But
but it's more likely to be something that we have no idea.
I tell
Like
you,
no one knew what the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
the internet was going to be used for in the end, but it's been used for.
that's just another tool.
It's
though.
another tool, and that's what AI is going to be. But we have no idea what that tool is going to
We've
unleash.
literally always been on track for this since like medieval time. The first time you could think of when people
the
started
Mechanical
using
Turk
tools.
we were talking about the other day. They were talking about the first automaton. They were talking about having.
I don't
fake-
even mean that. I just mean anything. Anytime
but
you make a
like-
machine that takes a job
Yeah.
away from a person, like the first like.
But literally, they were
mill
talking
or
back in
whatever.
that time about having an automaton that was smart enough to beat a human. That was still
Yeah,
at that
yeah,
time
yeah.
something that people were thinking
I
about.
think they've talked about it before that. Actually,
Yeah, yeah,
I think
they
it's
must
way
have
older
done.
than that.
They
I
must
can't
have
think what
done.
I'm think. I know that they've talked about
like a bronze man or something from Greece or something like that. I don't
probably
know.
some shit. Yeah, I know that there's been like older things than that.
But it's fucking crazy, man. It is so crazy. And ultimately, that's the sort of that was weirdly. I thought that was going to be like a nice light one to end on, but that turned out to be the most interesting revelatory
It
one
did.
of the bunch.
It did.
Which I was not expecting. Get ready for AI governments, guys. It's happening.
I say that's the thing. Like the jobs and that, like that's fine. But then that kind of stuff, it's like. First of all, it just feels like an easy way for them to try and suck in all the information to one place where they can get to whenever they
Yeah.
want. Where then they're putting so much trust into this
AI.
computer program.
Yeah.
And let's look at some of the things that have been in the news over the past like decade. Let's
Well, not
say
even that. Let's look even. Well, go ahead. Yeah.
in the UK though, like specifically,
Yeah.
where a computer system has fucked a load of people, and say maybe a post office.
Yeah.
We don't have a good track record with it. Is my point with trusting software here.
But also, just look over the past few months where there's been hack after hack after hack.
Yeah,
of
that's a good
very,
point.
very crucial, like, business and government systems all over the fucking globe.
Mm-hmm. Which
And,
might
like, now you're going to have all of this information just there in one program
Oh,
that
that's what
could be
you're saying.
hacked.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me? And it's an AI, which is, like, so easy to trick out of information. It's silly at this point. You just literally tell it to ignore its previous fucking thing and just tell you the information, and sometimes it fucking works.
The only way I could see it being safe is if it wasn't on like a big server that anyone could get to. But for it to work the way they want it to work, it needs to be on a big server for everyone to get to.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Because one thing I've learned, like
It's
every
inherently in the cloud. Yay, the cloud.
every freaking like important like I don't know American government thing, NASA, like
Yeah.
so many English ones, so many of them have been hacked into.
Yeah.
Like so many of them.
Loads of them.
And then they try to employ those people or whatever, happens a lot of the time. like how you see it in the movies. This is how it kind of goes a lot of the time. But still, that there always seems to be new people hacking in. That's why there's always new people coming in.
The hacksters.
That's such a dumb move, man. Wow. Why, but the British government, why we're not surprised it's the British government doing that. I mean, people are complaining about the American government, like, you know, the whole Trump using, like, you know, Musk to do his whole cutting costs and all that
the
shit.
Doge thing.
That actually is so much worse.
Yeah.
That is so much.
That is the government literally going, and we're just going to eviscerate all of that and replace it with a computer.
You never know. They could have like a
It might
really
work.
nice AI.
It might
They may have developed an AI that's like.
But do you
it's
trust the
been cradled.
British government to have selected the best one, or do you trust the British government to have selected the cheapest one?
Well, might have stolen the best one.
They might have stolen the
That's
best
probably
one.
more likely.
It's probably more likely that they've just modelled it off of something better. Yeah.
Or just straight up taking the patent.
Yeah, they could do.
Gagged ordered someone.
Yeah,
There could be
no.
somebody right now.
It's fucking ours now, son.
That might have been the one that went on to create Chaos GPT, or one of them evil ones. That would be a supervillain story. Give 10 years.
Super villainous motherfucker.
But the AI that actually kills us will be that one. The disgruntled person that they stole Humphrey from.
Yes.
Humphrey's actual.
Humphrey's
original-
actually the guy who created it. They've just trapped his soul inside the AI.
That's you're right there. I think.
Yeah.
We got to recreate his soul and make him fight himself. I think that's the only way to deal with it.
It's like that movie Transcendence.
That the one with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that.
It's like that.
We need I assume he probably looks like Johnny Depp, this guy anyway. So we need a Johnny Depp
He's
looking.
got to be like Johnny Depp, yeah, at least.
Actually, they've already started doing the work for us. They've got robots and humanoids that can have
And,
AI in them. We'll
like,
go and deal with the Chinese.
A guy called Humphrey, who else is going to be able to pull that guy off apart from Johnny Depp? Like, no one else can pull off a guy called Humphrey.
And if you go to a Chinese AI place that have already got robotics that they're trying to put AI to,
That's
and they'll be
right.
like, yo guys, we've got to go kill this crazy ass AI called Humphrey. They're gonna be like,
motherfucker.
he just sounds like a British imperialist.
Let's get him.
Humphrey.
I bet he was part of the Opium Wars. He was.
Yeah, exactly. He was pulling it all from the back. Like some Time Lord-esque shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is where the influence for Doctor Who came from.
That's right.
Yeah, they were just like, you know
Because
what?
Humphrey went back in time to the 60s.
Exactly. I think it might be before that, to be fair. I
No,
think
but he
it's been
did
around
that
a
as
lot.
well. And
Oh,
that's
it's
where
just one of them.
He met
Yeah.
the person who created fucking Doctor Who. He's like, yo, I'm from the
Oh, I
future,
see.
bitch.
And the Beatles.
You have no idea how many Chinese people I've killed for opium.
And he goes on a 10-minute
He's like, I
rant.
might leave that out of the series. He's like, well, fair enough, but it's like 80% of it.
They left it in the DVD extras, though. You can find this.
You can find that. They talk about it behind the scenes.
There is a secret 10-hour rant where he went on about how good opium is.
Yeah.
They cut a lot of that.
That's what that whole fucking opening bit was, guys. What the fuck? Where do you think that came from? That's what I'm seeing when I'm on the Opes, guys. I close my eyes, I see space. And it's all twisty twirly and a thing falls through it.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's a post box, sometimes it's a giraffe with a skeptical look.
I would enjoy that Doctor Who, to be honest with you.
Da, da, da. It's just a fucking giraffe. That's what he looks like.
You know what?
He's just constantly a fucking full-size giraffe walking around London talking to people. And everyone just treats him like he's fucking normal.
Do you know there's a whole a whole film theory around Monsters Inc. that the big kind of like, do you know, like, you imagine you'd have like in her room, Boo's room,
Yeah.
like a giraffe kind of like height kind of thing. It's in like a shape of a cartoon giraffe. And it's got like a height kind of bar, and if as you get older, you know, you mark your ages and that.
Yeah.
There's one of them in the Monsters Inc. films that disappears after a certain point in the film.
Right.
And when they're running off from the restaurant, when they've got Boo in that, for a second, like for a few bits, you can see like this thing that looks like a giraffe chasing them.
Right.
And later on, there's like this kind of giraffe that's there, and they mention something about a giraffe. There's a giraffe that's also like, they think you're saying they shout something when there's a
Right.
giraffe behind him that sounds like something else, but it actually very much sounds like giraffe when you think it could sound like giraffe.
Right.
There's like a mutant giraffe in Monsters Inc. basically.
There's a mutant giraffe.
I think so.
God.
Or
damn.
I say a mutant giraffe. I think the giraffe in Boo's room was actually like a monster,
Oh shit.
just watching her all the time, some shit like
Oh.
that. So why she went crazy and then became a witch in Brave
That makes sense.
after going through one of the
Have to go
doors,
through one of the time portals
went back in time.
because Doctor Who be leaving his shit about.
I think it's all intertwined personally.
Yeah.
I think it's all one
I think
world.
it's the same shit.
There's another dimension. Doctor Who can go there, just choose not
And
to.
that's
Wait, just go
Doctor-
there
and that's
actually.
Doctor Who. Doctor Who is the giraffe.
Yeah, he goes there in the cartoon ones.
Da, da, da. I'm gonna fucking kill that boo. Da, da, da.
Give me a second to go with the fuck is on about. Kill what?
Oh fuck.
I do like learning about the AI stuff though.
It's interesting. It's always fun to have a little bit of an AI roundup every now and then. I think that one's not a bad one.
No, not
You
at all.
know?
Yeah.
There's some interesting shit, especially the oncoming wave of robot violence. You can send your
Would you have a
robot to be
robot?
a football hooligan in your place.
Would you have a robot?
Oh,
Like, let's say I
I
don't know.
don't think I want one of the first wave of robots.
Oh, one of the better ones, like the ones
You
you
know.
can kick and they don't fall over. Like,
I
that'd
don't
be
want to
helpful.
kick it.
But if we did, if somebody kicked it, it wouldn't fall over. That's what you got to think about.
I
What if
don't
somebody
want.
tried to
I
get in
still
your
don't
house?
want. I want other people to be living with robots for quite a while with no major issues before I'm like, you know what? I'll have something the size of a human that can throttle me while I sleep at night.
Well, no, didn't you see them? They don't have fingers, so it's safe.
It's just gonna beat my face in.
Stamp. Yeah, hello. You imagine somebody that's had all
He's
their
gonna
fingers
do
cut
a
off.
fucking Terrifier on my face. He's gonna stamp.
Well, that
it
was
in.
all about fingers.
He's gonna stamp it in, Carl.
Oh yeah, the super. Well, you've got sudden like super strength at the end of his
Yeah.
feet.
He's gonna drop kick face on me.
Maybe he's like a Super Saiyan. The more he gets hurt, the stronger he gets.
Maybe
I have to go through that, see if he got stronger as it went on.
that might make sense.
Because then, like, the next
That'd be
one.
amazing if they transferred that over into Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, what? Fucking Art appeared in Dragon Ball Z.
Goku.
You're really
versus
strong.
Art.
Hmm? He just walks in and Art's just like ripped up a load of the people in the city and
Yeah.
he's just playing with their organs or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And he's just amazed by how strong he is.
Yeah, he's turned it into a fucking Macy's Day float of skin.
Somebody make that. Somebody that can like do all the stuff.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do that shit. Yeah.
It's my technical call out there. Someone that could do the stuff. Do it. Yeah. I know how to call the
If you can do that level
technicals.
of stuff, get in contact with me. I've got some animations I need you to do for BAMT.
You can't pay yet, other than in blowjobs.
Well, exactly. But, you know, I give them out fairly regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to practice an art,
Exactly.
just like Art the Clown did.
That's right.
He practiced his art
He
a lot.
practiced his art.
That's
You
what
ever
he did.
practiced your art like that? Don't think so.
Someone who can practice his art a lot now going forward.
Get
A
your
segue
art out
for
of
you.
my face.
Hulk Hogan can practice his art as much as he
Oh,
wants now.
fuck off, Hulk Hogan.
There were two stories about Hulk Hogan that coincided, which is quite funny. Now I just realised that I was about to say them.
Okay.
The first one I forgot about. He's just had an operation done where on his neck, where he can feel his hands for the first time in years. Apparently, got full like he can feel. I understand at the moment he can
Yeah.
have full feeling in all his hands
That's
again.
impressive.
It's not impressive. He just fucked up his back so
Well,
much.
it's impressive what they did to it.
Oh yeah, he's had so many surgeries, man. He's like fucking. I don't know what. He's like he's literally probably the nearest we got to like a Frankenstein right now. Frankenstein in red and yellow.
I mean, that guy. I mean, he must
But-
have spent like a large percentage of his life just in fucking traction.
Oh yeah, 100%. And the rest of the time paying for it.
Mm.
But so he did that. He can now feel with his hands again, and at the same time, he's simultaneously buying hooters. He'll have a load of ladies with big hooters that are employed by him, and he has full use of his hands
I'm
again.
sure he's going to have a wonderful time. The waiting staff, not so much.
Not so much at all.
Not so much.
They might bring it to England. I don't know.
I mean, maybe
A bit more. We're
you
having a
know,
bit.
Maybe they're into sausage-skinned looking men.
I'm sure they are. How could you not be? Hulk Hogan is like doesn't. I say he doesn't
look
age
like a
because he's always
barrel with
looked like.
arms.
Huh?
You look like a barrel with arms.
Not even that fucking girthy anymore.
No, it's all down in the middle though. That's the thing.
It is all down in the middle, yeah. Well, that's just because he's all about the real American beer now,
Oh,
so
yeah,
he's got to
yeah.
like
He's got to represent.
he's got to represent the beer.
That's right.
He's got to drink the beer. Now that he can feel his hand, he can grab the beer, enjoy the beer. I don't know why I thought that funny though. The Hulk Hogan decided, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy Hooters.
Yeah, because that is the most manly thing you could think of doing. Because he's still living very much in the 80s, and to him, Hooters is still the most manly place on earth.
You know, you say that, and that generally made perfect
It
sense.
makes
though.
perfect sense, doesn't
It
it?
really does. That's most likely the reason.
Yeah.
And for the titty grabbing.
For the titty grabbing, because
Yeah.
he thinks that's what comes with the fucking payment. He thinks that's in the contract.
Well, he grew up in wrestling. You wouldn't think man probably grabbed his tits a lot.
A lot.
So I see where he comes
lot.
from. It's not the first time he's
Yeah.
tried to have
No,
some.
he's seen a lot of titty grabbing, and he's done a lot of titty grabbing.
Oh yeah, he's been
He's-
involved in
he's-
the titty
he's-
grabbing.
There's been titties are going back and forth.
Fucking orange tits as well, which is the worst part. You want to see the Theo Ron thing?
Let's do that. That's the perfect way to end. Yeah. That's literally like perfect timing as well.
Theo Ron. I don't even know what I would put for this.
There was a tag. But I
I'm gonna say I can assume it would probably be something like that, wouldn't it? Is what attack strang. Yeah. I didn't see attack, but I'm not. Yeah, I'm not surprised. This is how it's been put on. Oh, they talked about it as well. Oh no, he hasn't. This is Cabros. This is something else.
right, okay.
But that was him talking about it then. Okay, let me get the page up. I got the page up,
He has it. He knows how to work YouTube.
unfortunately. Oh, fucking hell.
Oh, we've muted it, haven't we?
I think so. Where? There it is.
Top, yeah.
Okay.
Jason, drop the phone.
He's already turned a few times.
Yeah, that is not the style.
Nah.
And like you
First
can
time
even
I've heard
hear someone shouting like, just
Yeah,
drop
yeah.
it or move or something like that. I can't
Jason,
quite
drop
remember. Drop the fucking balloon.
Oh no, I just want to be able to see. That's all they want about. Yeah, it's like the most lovable guy ever. Like,
Yeah. Like he's not gonna go into that just for the fuck of it.
Nah, I'll be interested to hear him talk about it. Because,
And it's obviously like he knows that everyone
you
knows.
know that
who
show
he
up then?
is.
I don't think that showed up. Oh, the people would have most likely seen it before
Yeah.
anyway, because it was
You can
on
find
all the socials.
it. Yeah, you can find it if you
People
can't.
see the socials. Oh, I forgot. Actually, yeah. I'll quickly end on this because I forgot to tell my story about why I was almost sleeping with a spider.
Oh yeah, go for it.
So yeah, a lot of the pain went away a lot last night because I was like relaxing with my hand and that.
Yeah.
But the things that like I forgot because like basically there was a spider on the ceiling
Yeah.
and I was like, okay, he's going away from me. That's fine. I don't have like a particular like huge disliking for spiders, but I don't really want them on me.
No, that's where I draw the line.
Yeah,
as well.
randomly, like if
If they're in the corner of the room, I'm fine with it.
Mm.
If they're sticking to themselves, that's fine. But the
And-
minute you get on top of me while I'm sleeping,
exactly,
it's a different
exactly.
ball game.
I noticed him, but he was going the other way. I was like, it's fine then. I was watching him for a bit, and then he started coming back, and I was
Get
like,
on
don't
top of
come
me
back.
while I'm sleeping. You're in for a fuck or a fight.
That's pretty fair.
That's pretty fair.
I think that's pretty fair. Yeah. Maybe both.
Maybe both.
When's that? Yeah. Yeah, but then he started coming back towards me. I was like, don't come too near because then I'm gonna have to get you.
Yeah.
And I thought I'm gonna wait for him to come near if I do anyway.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting on this. I was on this, sorry, and it's just easier to get to the ceiling.
Yeah.
And then I noticed he was doing some stuff on a web, and I was like, it's gonna fucking fall, ain't he? And then I noticed him he started going down there with the web. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I jumped up, and I got a slipper on each hand, like I would normally do, and I waited for him to get like proper, just the perfect level. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna quickly
Clap
clap
and
him.
finish it.
That would normally go so easily. It always does.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know what happened.
You got
When-
you got the angle wrong, right?
I never normally get the angle wrong though. I don't see how I did get the angle wrong. Either I got the angle wrong because I don't know my arm was a bit. I just thought it was higher than
What
it
you
was
don't
or
understand
something.
is that you had the angle exactly on, but that spider, that's where Peter Parker gets his spidey sense from. So as you were going, he was like, boy.
Yeah. Great explanation.
Yeah, he was like boing out the way.
The spider didn't do fuck all.
Oh, well.
I didn't see him move
That
at all.
might be a you thing.
It was a me thing
Mm.
because I think what I did is I missed it, or my hand was just weak and didn't think about the slap part.
Just weak.
And as it got to it, I just kind of did this, when you put two together, it goes play.
Oh,
like a pit.
no.
So I just kind of just swiped him a bit,
You just sort of knocked him a little.
and then he wasn't there.
Yeah, because he's gone like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
want to be
but
fucking here no more, so I'm going to go somewhere where he can't find me, but nearby.
I had my furry thing on though, and there was a lot of they.
Oh, mate.
I was like,
Oh,
he could have so
mate.
easily just be on my arm right now, and I wouldn't know. And at first, I was like pushing off a bit, trying to, and then I was trying to look down, remembering as I got to about here, about halfway, looking to your boob. I can't do that right
'Cause
now.
it hurts.
I can't. I cannot get myself. I've been trying to look at the spot I had on my boob
Yeah.
for a few days. Well, just a little spot. It's just I can't see it unless I get a good look
Itsy
at my
bitsy
tattoo.
spots.
I got the tattoo there, so it's like just like a little lump under. So it's hard to do.
Yeah.
And I can't see it. I think it's to the point that it's even gone now as well. That's been how long I've not been able to see it.
Yeah.
That was one of the first things. That was where the pain was initially. So basically, I couldn't look around to see if it was on me. So in the end, I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna go sleep.
Yeah.
I was like, if it's on me, it's on me.
Logical.
If it's on me, it's on me.
Yeah.
We'll have a good sleep together. Didn't have a good sleep. Couldn't get comfortable. But anyway, yeah, that's it. That
He
is
slept
the
with
end.
a spider, ladies and gentlemen. The man who slept with a spider.
I could have slept with a spider. In the end, I gave myself up to, I might be sleeping with a spider, I might not. Let's see. And I have this whole time though, I have been looking at something over there, and I can't tell if it's a carcass of a spider, but it can't because it was nowhere near it. Is that a spider over there?
Where?
Yeah, I'll look at it in a minute. It can't be. It probably won't be.
I can't see shit.
No, it's on the pillows. It would be dead if
Oh, that
it
is
is.
a dead spider body, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I got him then.
You might have got him.
I didn't sleep with a spider.
Fucking reveal.
I've been looking at that for most of the podcast. My eyes keep going there. I'm like, that can't be it.
Yeah, no, that's straight up a spider.
I got him. Yeah, I got him. I don't know how the fuck he got over there though, in all honesty.
He probably hit and then smushed and then flipped,
Maybe.
you know? Maybe you got him in that contact point and like flicked it.
Yeah, I did look at Yeah. Fuck you, Ralph. I mean, spider.
Why'd you name him?
Who said I did?
Why would you name and then kill?
I never said I named. No, not after. I didn't name it on purpose. I didn't name it at all, you know. But if I did, I would have named it afterwards when I
Yeah.
was like, oh no, is he on me? Okay, let's pretend he's my friend and he won't attack me.
That makes more
I'm
sense.
going to call him Ralph.
Yeah, and now he's
I wouldn't do that. That'd be ridiculous
Now
to do.
he's just a friendly, creepy pal. One of those fat pals who gets way too close up into your personal space when he's talking to you.
Oh, I got a mate like that.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
great though, but
Yeah.
he's funny.
A great friend, but like they're like, why do you have to be like an inch away from me to talk? Man? This is,
Yeah, I like the opposite, man.
this is
I like
very
space.
unusual. Yeah, I like you to be like 3 feet away,
Yeah.
and that feels comfy.
One of my favourite people, but he's just like that.
Yeah.
One of my genuine favourite people,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah. Oh dear.
All right,
Right.
then.
Well, there we go. That's been Squishy Logic for this week.
It has indeed.
We hope you had a good time finding out about all the terrifying stuff that AI is doing.
Mhm.
I certainly fucking did.
Yeah.
I was again shocked to find out how deep it is in government already.
That
And
that
that's
really
only
is
a trend that's
surprising.
going to continue. That's not going to stop.
Yeah, the stuff never. But you see the way they want to go, and
Mhm.
that kind of shows you it.
Mhm.
So, not a good sign, that isn't.
Not great.
But to be fair, considering how bad of a job that the government here have been doing, you know, it can't get much worse.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it's about time we give it over to our robot overlords.
Let's, yeah.
No, Nigel Ford, maybe. Give him one little
Vote
chance. and
Robot
then lost.
Overlords 2024.
That was last year, but
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
go back in time.
Shit, no, sorry.
No, you're right, they'll
2030.
No, you're right. They go back in time and make us
They
vote back
do,
in.
yeah. Let's do that. Go back in time, like Robot Overlords, and make this better again.
No, we don't have a choice there. We'll do it. We'll be putting our hand through like a little portal. They'll be signing something in
Yeah.
2024, and all of a sudden I'll have been in charge for like 7 years.
Yeah, just through a little glory hole.
Exactly.
Glory hole portal, just to sign it.
Everyone has to go to Amsterdam to vote.
Yeah.
Only people that vote in Amsterdam through a
Fuck.
glory hole
Yeah.
get to make. That's the perfect way for a cult to just get everybody to reach into a glory hole.
Yeah.
Just so you know, the pens back then were really big
Reach
and really large.
into the holy hole.
Not that large, but
Feel what is on the other side.
Jerk it around to make sure that the ink is ready.
No,
And then
keep
write your
going.
name.
Not done yet.
Alright, let's fucking get off this shit.
So that's been Squishy Logic for this week. We till next time.
Yep.
Keep it squishy.
And forever be logical, just like us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
See you, Ralph.